exclusive new products that you will only see on my website at www.sayitwithchess.com. These products are made special by my mother, Keyline Designs. The hoodie blankie, the face mask, as well as the 4-in-1 African head wrap. Now the way it works, it is a reversible bonnet. It has a headband that you can wear alone. It has a matching face mask as well. Please be sure to go over to our website and check out these nice new products that you will not find anywhere else. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Make this go viral. So thank you for tuning in this morning at 3:30. I'm going to set up a live for later on today. And I want to talk about Don Wells and the situation that went on with his stepsister Jeannie. A lot of people are saying the abuse started when he was 12 and she was 5 years old. Yet, when he tells the story, he basically explains it like, oh, we were kids, I was a little bit older, she's just as guilty as me, I touched her and she touched me, it was like a relationship. But the little girl was 5. Now, I heard a couple ages, because I heard Jeannie's sister Mary say that she was 7 and he was around 15. And then Jeannie was in the comments. I remember them asking on Unmasked how old was she when they got married, I think was the question. And Mary said 11, she think, but then Jeannie said that she was 3 years old. So it sounds like immediately she started getting abused. And Don, allegedly, I don't think anyone said anything, but it sounds like he might have had something happen to him too, because what it sounds like to me is a generational curse. This has been going on for generations. Even Mary said that she was abused, and her mother basically did nothing. Well, she did nothing. It was something wrong with someone abused their mother. It sounds like both sides of the family, it runs deep in. But one of the really disturbing things for me is the father, the man that she calls dad, which is Don's dad, not her biological father, but her parents. He was married to her mother for years. I'm thinking 30-some years at this point. It could be more. But I have a problem with how he handled things. And even at his age of, I think they said 91 or something like that, he still protects Don. And he actually fell out with Jeannie. Or the whole family, I think. Even the niece Trish was on the show talking. And he's angry with them protecting Don. So I got a problem with that, because that explains his behavior and why he continued that behavior. So anyway, guys, I mean, I've said a whole lot, but that's basically what I want to talk to. But I am going to be doing part 2 of the interview room statement analysis part 2 with Steve and Chris. So we're going to go over that. We're going to talk about this. We're going to have an open panel afterwards, so prepare to come up. And please, when you see my live go up, go ahead and thumbs it up. Set your reminder and get ready, guys. See you soon. I am Miss V, crime reporter, website promoter. If you are interested in showcasing your website, hit me up in my DM on IG and we can discuss all the details of showcasing your business, doing a commercial, and running it on my show for a couple of months, as well as promoting you on other social media sites. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, DM me right now and type in the comments, I am interested. And let's talk. Let's talk about your business. Let's showcase your business. Hello and welcome to everybody. Thank you for coming through. Who do we have in the building? I know you knew. I think you knew was the first in the building. How you doing? How you doing? Buddha is in the building. Thank you for sharing, Buddha. Oh, you're going to have to leave in a minute, huh? Your class is at 1? Well, I don't know what time zone you're on because it's like 12 here right now. But y'all see what we going to talk about. We going to get to the part 2. Hey, what's up, Prophet Pre? Thank you for coming through. Peace, my brother. Who do we have? Hey, Sherry. Still looking beautiful. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I don't know. I don't have my camera on today. I might be looking crazy. Okay, 1 o'clock, part 2. Please follow and set reminder. Okay, man. So I've been watching a few videos, and that's something I normally don't do because I like to come with my own perspective of things. And I mean, I ran into some other videos talking about some other stuff, but I'm gonna try to stay focused on what I came here to do. And I'm just talking about pretty much what I heard on Unmasked with his stepsister, which I'm not going to be playing that video because I don't know if they give permission, but I did write down some stuff. I got notes, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, man, the way that a person is raised has everything to do with the way that they live their life. And I don't know if you guys heard that interview. As a matter of fact, I think I put everything in the description box, the information and where I got it from. But one of the first things that bothered me about this case, not just that Summer was missing, but the first interview that Don did when he had the little boy next to him. Because since this interview, we know that they have told so many freaking lies, switched their stories up so many damn times, contradicted each other while they sit next to each other. And you just don't know what the truth is, but we know for sure that they are lying because we have video proof because Don can't seem to keep his mouth shut. We have so many different videos of him. And then this morning I ran into like other creators that have bigger platforms that's actually like protecting and defending this man, regardless to everything that they heard, everything he admitted to, seeing their house and the way that they raised their kid. Come on, man. Y'all gonna defend this man? And I'm talking about big platforms, bringing him on there and just, it's at least 3. Unreal. I ain't never seen nothing like it. But I'm sure I'm gonna see a whole lot of stuff following these cases. But I'm gonna play the first thing that bothered me, and that was the video with his son. And just the way that the little boy was looking. And it was almost, I mean, what was his point in bringing him on there? Like to gain more sympathy, I think maybe. I don't know. But to me, the whole time I was watching this video back then, my thought was what I just said. Why did he need to bring him on there? And then what does that baby know? Because he looked like he knows something to me. I mean, just the way he was sitting there with his head down, not to be talking, but he shouldn't have never put him on camera if you ask me. But I'm going to play that first. And I want to play their full interview because, and it's only like 12 minutes long. I've never watched it. See, if you guys know, in the beginning, okay, so like 4 days into her being missing, I did post a video or two. But then after I seen so many, she had enough attention. And I was like, man, there's other cases. So I need to focus on the other cases because it's a lot of people doing this case. So I kind of stepped back and I didn't watch everything. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. Um, so now I'm kind of looking at stuff now and I'm like, because anyway, from the beginning, I was like, these people lying. Like, everything that come out of their mouth is a freaking lie. Everything. Because the truth don't change, but lies do. So anyway, wait, I'm looking for my lotion. My hand's a little dry. I'm gonna have to turn this camera on to show y'all. I really don't have to. And I like just got off work. Oh shoot. Speaking of that, let me take this good old badge off. Don't want to be on camera with that. So give me a second. I'm gonna let it play. Oh, I gotta take my earbuds off. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, I am back. I don't see my little. Okay, there it is. There it is. This thing just takes its time. Thank you for that, Buddha. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up, guys. Share and subscribe. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, TJ Cook, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for coming through. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's put that on now. Okay, so this is the first one I wanted to play.
So when her mother come in, she says, "Where's Summer?" She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we never seen her since.
This morning, Donald Wells spoke on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
Things will be okay. It's gonna fall.
He says it's unlikely Summer would leave the house on her own. Wells says the last time anyone in the family saw Summer was when she entered the house to play in the basement after gardening with her mother and grandmother. Wells also spoke about his gut feeling about Summer's whereabouts.
Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea.
Wells says law enforcement have covered leads on area sex offenders and drug addicts.
We're trying to beat her brains out. We've covered everything we can think of already.
Investigators say they have followed up on 85 tips so far. Wells says he is overwhelmed by the massive numbers of personnel on site.
Really appreciate everybody trying to help. They have law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. Never seen anything like this in my entire life.
It was John Janko reporting those sentiments shared by Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who said he has never seen a show of public support like this in his 4 decades of law enforcement.
Yeah, today the TBI and Sheriff Lawson said Summer's family does continue to cooperate in this ongoing search for the little girl. They say that at all points the family has continued to be assisting in this process.
I probably didn't, TJ, because I was asleep. But I don't know what show you talking about. Okay, so I'm going to play this because that might help if it wasn't upside down. I'm going to play this because I never watched it. I didn't watch the whole thing, I don't think. Okay, we're going to play this a little short one.
As search efforts reach the 1 week mark for missing Hawkins County 5-year-old Summer Wells, newly obtained court documents show the child's father has had a troubled past. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. Good evening. Family members reported Summer missing around 6:30 p.m. 1 week ago tonight, June 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an endangered child alert a few hours later, and then the next day upgraded it to the most serious statewide Amber Alert.
TBI says in the last week they've received more than 220 tips, worked with more than 80 agencies from 6 states, and covered 3,000 acres, much of which has been rugged mountainous terrain. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel joins us now live from TBI's media post in Sullivan County.
Ansley, you got these court documents related to Summer's father, Donald Wells. What did they show you?
Josh and Sarah, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has told us that Summer's father, Donald Wells, does have a criminal past. Today, in some court documents obtained by News Channel 11, we learned that Summer's mother, Candus, actually filed an order of protection against him. On October 14th of 2020, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to the Wells home on Ben Hill Road for a domestic assault situation. Bly told officers that Donald Wells came home drunk and saw someone else in the house and believed that Bly was cheating on him. Wells allegedly argued with the person and pushed Bly down, injuring her left knee. Wells was arrested and charged with domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and unlawful possession of a weapon. Bly filed an order of protection against Wells the following day, writing, quote, "I am afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally toward me. I am afraid for my children and myself." 4 days later, on the date of the hearing, Bly asked for those charges to be dismissed. On April 21st of 2021, Wells pled guilty to possession of a handgun while under the influence and turned the weapon over to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. Those domestic assault charges and unlawful possession of a handgun were dismissed. At a press conference yesterday, law enforcement...
That must be nice to have a possession of a firearm dismissed. You drunk with a firearm and they dismissed it, and he a felon. He been to prison and all kind of shit. That must be nice.
Stressed that the family is cooperating with the investigation, and that while an abduction has not been ruled out, there is no evidence to support it.
They're being cooperative. Of course, they're upset. So we continue to keep them updated and do whatever possible we can to find Summer.
7 days into the search, there is still no sign of the missing 5-year-old. We do have that full order of protection posted on WJHL.com. Live in the Beach Creek community, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thank you very much. Now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation did not schedule a news briefing today, but they released this video about an hour ago detailing their search efforts and showing the public what's happening. This is video, they say, of agents conducting a grid search in a field not far from Ben Hill Road. They say it's one of many methods being used to search for Summer tonight. And here one more time is a look at her photo. You can make a tip to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation by calling 1-800-TBI-FIND, or you can send an email to tipstotbi@tn.gov.
What's going on, Buddha? Hey, what's up, Star? Welcome. Why am I deleting TJ Cook's comment? Oh, okay. I'm like, what TJ say back? TJ don't be on no mess. I'm looking for some mess. Okay, you mean take it off the screen. Okay. And then I need to move this. Okay. So I'm gonna play this and then we gonna listen to that the part 2. Because honestly, I haven't heard nobody say this, but I do have a problem with Donald Wells' father. After hearing the interview with his stepsister, they grew up rough. They lived in a freaking trailer home with 9 kids. One of the things that disturbed me that she said, I got notes. She said, what's her name? Mary said, this is Donald Wells' stepsister because her mother is married to his father. They've been married probably, I mean, he's like 91 or something. I think the wife is in their 70s or something like that. They've been married probably 40 years. I'm not sure. They've been married for a while. But at some point, he used to be a truck driver. I didn't know what she was saying at first, but I gathered because she said they used to go on runs. Their parents used to go on runs, on track runs. I'm like, what's she talking about? But I think she said he was a trucker. So they would be gone for a couple days. 9 kids in a freaking trailer home, and they would be gone a couple days, leaving the kids by their damn self. Okay? She said one of the times that they were gone, Donald had some friends over and they was getting high. Now, mind you, I think, what did she say? He was like, she said she was 13. So he was 13. They only like a month apart or something like that. So at the age of 13, him and his friends over there getting high, they start ripping her clothes off. Now, this ain't even a little sister that was like, okay, I heard 5 at first. Then I heard 7 when he started abusing her. Donald Wells was 7 years older than the 5-year-old girl, Jeannie. But Mary told a story that Donald and his friends, 3 of them, start chasing her around the house, ripping her clothes off. Now, she didn't get to what they did. She said she was able to escape them. But 3 boys, what did they do? Anyway, she was able to escape them and she ran into her room. Now, mind you, she said her boyfriend came over. No parents at home. Kids in the house drinking. Her boyfriend comes over. Why you got a boyfriend at 13? Anyway, horrible parenting, I'm telling you. So she said that her boyfriend came over. The next day, no, the boyfriend came over. Somehow they did a police report. And she said before boyfriend came home, took to the police, they did a report. So the next day her parents are home. She tells her parents about what happened. The next day, that father took her back to the police department to drop the charges and say it never happened. And she said the reason why he did that, the reason why she had to do what he said, because he was going to put her out the house. So he has always protected Donald. And to this day, they fell out because of what's going on, because they going back and forth. So the father is no longer speaking to, I think, Jeannie. I think it was a niece named Trisha or Trish that went on to a show. He ain't talking to her or Jeannie. Because he's still, at 90 freaking 1 years old, he's still protecting this sorry ass man that we know is an abuser. And he was on alcohol and drugs all his damn life. You 13 years old doing it, and then you start abusing a 5-year-old allegedly. Like I said, I heard a couple ages because um she did say that Jeannie is 7 years younger than them. Now Donald Wells said that he was 15. So that would make her like 7 or 8. But remember, he described this relation. He described it as a relationship. He was like, she was just as guilty as me. I would touch her. Now this is what Donald admitted to. But at the time, I didn't know the girl was 7 or 8 or 5, whichever. I don't know which age it was. If we go by what he said, she would have been 7 or 8. If we go by what her sister is saying, then she would have been 5 and he would have been 12, which Summer is 5. So that could mean that he's attracted to children, 5-year-old children. I don't know, man. But all of this shit is disgusting. Mary ended up, and I ain't victim bashing. I'm not. But what I am doing is looking at the family because they grew up rough, and then he is a sick man. How you doing, Sky Z? 13. 12 years old with a boyfriend. Yeah, 13. She said she was 13. Her boyfriend came home. Donald was there with his 2 friends. They drinking and smoking. Y'all kids and they parents is on a damn run in a semi truck or whatever. That's what I'm picturing. That he was a truck driver. The mother would go on the road with him. You got 9 kids at the house. Your ass need to stay at home and let your husband go make the money and you take care of the children. But don't nobody want to talk about all that stuff or the stuff that they said in the very beginning. You know, it's just crazy, man. Okay. So I do want to listen to this because I haven't. And then we going to get to the interview because this stuff just blows me. It blows me. Let me see. Now, the niece was on Tiffany Marie's show, and I haven't watched her interview. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff I have not seen. It's a lot of stuff because I backed off of the case because I was like, it's enough people on this case. It's a lot of other missing children. And I went back to talking about Orrin and Orson West. And speaking of them, dang, at 10 o'clock her time, I might have to do it when she's not live, but why I can't think. Keyshawn Day, she's doing another like fundraiser type giveaway and stuff, and the boys are mentioned in this giveaway. She's doing like backpacks filled with things for children, and she contacted me this morning to let me know that she will be going live about 10 o'clock her time, which will be about 1 o'clock my time, and it don't look like I'm gonna be able to make it. But I will stream her later. Okay. Hold on, y'all. And let me look at the comments first before I start playing something else. Sky Z said the one sister Mary, I believe, on her first interview, said when they first moved in with Don's dad, the kids didn't even have their own room. Dang, it just jumped. Some were sleeping in chairs in the living room. Yeah, I did hear her say that. They would sleep wherever. They had to cause the one lady that was, I think the lady name is Teresa that was interviewing her, she's like, so pretty much you had to call a spot. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they didn't even have beds. Now what she said that the mom had 6 kids and Don's dad came with 3. So that's how it became 9. Then she said that some of the children wasn't there all the time because some of them was already out the house. Now, how old was they to be out the house already? Probably 15. Hell, if he's gonna put her out at 13, they probably was out the house, but they wasn't of age to be out the house. Maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming on that. That's true. I'm trying to keep up with all these missing kids. I know. I'm trying. I wonder if Don hurt Summer sexual and she might of Amarich being a baby. I thought of that too, that he might have did something and hurt her bad. But that's another thing I was wondering, okay? Because I remember them saying that Don had the boys at work with him. Now I don't know where that came from, but I was wondering where were the boys at? Because I don't know. I heard it somewhere. I can't say where I heard it. Because why would Candus take Summer and then go pick up H and leave her boys at home? The grandmother out the house. Where was the boys at when they was at the swimming thing? Because they wasn't at work with Don. So was they at home by themselves? And why would you leave them by themselves if you going to have fun and go pick up another 15, a kid? I don't know. Makes no sense to me. But maybe y'all can tell me, where was the boys at when Summer wrapped her leg around his? Yeah, he even admitted that she slept in the bed with him. Hunter said that in an interview, and when asked about it again, he said only 2 of the boys. Something is definitely wrong with what went down June 15th. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, didn't he say that somebody said that they were at work with him? But I remember Hunter saying that he didn't even think Don, he don't know if Don was at work or not. Um, Hunter's interview with Chris. Okay, and I want to listen to that. Don said Summer wrapped her leg around him. Okay, let me go. I wonder if what your star say. Yep, 12 years old with a boyfriend. I just want to make sure that I'm addressing y'all before I start playing this down the road at the shed. Wait, I'm reading them backwards. Let me go back up. Really? Okay. So we gonna play this right quick, y'all.
I think I can.
I know she didn't want away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers.
Okay. Now where's the mother at too? Have the mother gave any statements? Because now the mother is gone, right? They said the mother, I think Wisconsin came up, something about she's out of town or something like that. The state was coming to their house. I remember hearing that too, but I find that hard to believe that they was gonna come and get him because of something, but because Summer was missing, they decided to not take him. That don't even make sense to me. About 24 minutes into what great grandma throw up hang signs to H. At about 40 minutes in what Allie's mouth of work. Which interview you talking about, Sky? Oh, and that's another thing. Like when H was interviewing with Chris, he was like, I dapped her up. What? See, it's like I don't know if they was friends, if they was messing around, just I'm Before I do that, I'm going to play this one video that I did this morning, if y'all didn't see it. Because H is too damn grown. Way too grown.
Where you guys got out and went swimming. Yeah, at some point, where she give you something? Yeah, that person did. And when did she give you that? As soon as we.
Now, y'all probably can't hear it that great, but I took a little small clip from the interview room where Chris was asking about the teas. So that's what he's talking about. So I took a little clip of what H said about it, and I took a clip of what Candus said about it, and I just gave my opinion. Hey Shay, what's up? I meant hand signal. Sorry, my dang phone. Welcome, Shay. Candus had to know something, sleeping in the same bed. Exactly. And just, because somebody was saying that Candus didn't even want no girl. And then Candus looked like a dude. Anyway, let me leave that part alone.
Right as soon as you got down there, and did she have one? No. Did she have any alcohol? No, because she had to drive. Okay, so
now that's something he asked him if Candus had any alcohol. He talking about nah, because she had to drive. Now, since when of a junkie or alcoholic cared about driving and drinking and driving? So she couldn't have this twisted tea because she was abiding by the law. I don't believe that for one damn second. What I believe, I don't know why he lying or why she lying. He lying too because he trying to make it seem like she didn't go in there and buy it for him. I believe she went in there and bought that tea for him. But okay, I'm gonna just let it play.
Did you ask for it? No, until after she got it. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna lie. Okay, so after she bought it, you said, "Hey, can I have that?" Yeah, she just said, "Yeah." And she just kicked it on you. Gave it to you.
Now, who goes into the store and buy one iced tea? Now, they want it, or whoever wanted it, they bought one. It wasn't for you, but you asked for it and she gave it to you. What about the person whose it was for? That shit don't even make sense.
Okay, well, I'll ask you because you're the one. If she handed it to you, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, what about the vape? Yeah, the vape. Always above it. Okay. And do you do that a lot? What vape? Yeah. I mean, when I have them, yeah. They're just like nicotine vapes. Okay. Don't vape, man. Okay. All right. No more vaping.
Right.
Okay. Well, no vaping over here.
Big liar.
Okay, so from there, what happened? Or at that moment, what happened? Do you go in the water first, or who goes in the water? I was in the water because I was drinking the tea at the time. Got it. Where were you at? I was just standing around. Me and her mom was watching. What are you talking about? TikTok. Like, she was on TikTok looking at funny videos, and then she was looking through Facebook.
This interview almost got on my damn nerves. No, it did. Him and that yawning. Every time he was lying, he yawned. That's what I believe. Every time he went to answer a question that required him to talk a little bit more, he would yawn. That got on my nerves. I believe that was an indication that he's freaking lying. That wasn't the first time she brought. Right, he said that. He was like, you can ask her. Talking about, you can ask my mom. But why is your mom so cool with you hanging with her, knowing that she's a druggie and an alcoholic? Why? Was the mom allowing what was going on? It makes no damn sense to me. But yeah.
We just have like a normal conversation. Like what? Like we just.
And we already know his mama irresponsible as hell. Did y'all see that damn shirt she had on and her belly hanging all out? And I mean, just freaking disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. She's disgusting. And not just, it ain't just because she fat. It's because she fat and sloppy and don't care about her damn appearance. Like, come on, man. You on an interview and you sitting up there with a freaking shirt that keep rolling up your belly. Like, we want to see that shit. Where the disrespect at? Exactly, Shay. Allie is a stinky mess. Allie is a mess. Woo, I couldn't imagine what it smelled like under that belly. Woo, okay, let me quit. Because I'm not fat shaming, but I'm mad that she came on TV looking like that. Come on. Now, if she'll do that, she don't give a damn about nothing. You hear me? You gonna come on national TV looking like that? Let me finish reading this. And they will stay at Candus's in the past. Yeah, Jose, the kids, where did they all sleep in that small? Ugh. I heard 3 times that Summer was given meds in a sandwich to knock her out. That's why they didn't buy food at Sonic. See, I don't know all that. I didn't even hear about the Sonic allegedly. Okay, let me finish this. Y'all be able to hear me better.
She like it? No, not in that way. She has a. Okay, but in that way, does she like you?
He just asked him, did she like you? And the reason why he asked that is because he said, what did y'all talk about? And he was like, we just talked about, how long we haven't seen each other. And really? Why are you talking like that to this old ass lady that could be your mother? Y'all just talking about how, let me run that right back.
Had to be realistic to she like you? Not in that way. She has a. Okay, but in that way, does she like you? Did you get that vibe at all? She just treated me like turned up this time. Okay, say that. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And from there, where's Grandma at this point? She was still in the car because she had to call to get her phone turned on. Okay, whose phone is she using? She's using her phone.
Okay, so a couple things stood out to me with Hunter. First of all, he's 15. He's grown as hell. His mom allows him to be an adult. He's talking blasé about all of this vaping, drinking, and all this at the age of 15. First of all, he's too much into grown folks' business. But anyway, one thing that he said, and I remember Don saying that Candus' mother didn't smoke, but he just said that Candus' mother is always complaining about cigarettes, and that's why they had to go to the store. And also, he's talking about them watching TikTok videos and things like that, and Candus never mentioned that when she spoke. The other thing that stood out is the fact when he asked, does she like you like that or whatever, however he asked the question, and he said, no, she's married. That's not the proper response for a 15-year-old. Whether she's married or not, she's a grown-ass woman that's old enough to be a mother. So the fact that he said that she's married is odd to me, because to me he's saying if she wouldn't, then maybe. Wow, really, Francis? And May 5th of 2005. So how big were you? What was the weight before? Because you said you 198 now. How much was you before that? And I'm glad to hear that you didn't dress like that. Shoot, I'm 200 pounds myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at people say, but oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He should have been totally grossed out by that question at the age of 15, thinking of an old me, because to me, she's married. He's talking about them watching TikTok videos and things like that, and Candus never mentioned that when she spoke. The other thing that stood
Wow,
out is the fact
really?
when he asked, does she like you like that or whatever?
638. Congratulations. Damn. Woo. That's what's up. And see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to just fat shame. You don't know who. I'm not talking about all big people. I'm talking about her. So don't take it personal. But dang, that is great, Francis. I'm glad to hear that. 638. I wonder how much do she weigh? You think she about 700 pounds? I don't know.
However, he asked the question, and he said, no, she's married. That's not the proper response for a 15-year-old. Whether she's married or not, she's a grown-ass woman that's old enough to be your mother. So the fact that he said that she's married is odd to me, because to me, he's saying if she wasn't, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? He should have been totally grossed out by that question at the age of 15, thinking of an old-ass lady liking him.
Don't y'all think so? Now he asked him, "Do she like you that way?" And his response was, "She has a husband." I would be disgusted. I'd have been like, "Hell nah, it ain't." You know, I wouldn't have been that calm with it. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me.
Like that. So anyway, we're gonna go on to Candus's part, and let's see what we can catch with hers.
The tea thing, right? And there's Can over there. So I asked Hunter, and we come down with the story on this. It was literally trash. It was all trash down here. Like,
Now she denied the tea completely. Completely. They so funny.
them teas were all over through there, over everywhere. Okay. There was flowers that my mom wanted to pick from here. I said, Mom, you better not do that. It's a state park. I'm in trouble for asking your car. Okay. I'm not getting complimented. Okay. I told her that. We just walked on back
Ain't
to
no
the
air
truck.
making my nose
I don't
run.
know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea from the smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother. Okay. And if she was here today, she would tell you that. Right. And the vapes that I bought were nicotine vapes from the hippie house next door. Right, next door. Okay. Well, no, just kind of once
See how people can lead you? He said next door, and she was about to agree, and then she changed it. But she said she bought that ice. She said, "I know I bought an iced tea, but I bought that for my mother." You could ask you if she was here. You could ask her, "Where is she? Where is she?" I ain't heard nothing from the grandmother, and she's a part of the lie. They said, I mean, she said that they was planting flowers and all that. The grandmother is a part of this story. She will be a part of this case. So how did they allow her to go out of town during an open investigation?
down by the mall. The smoke shop further down by the mall where I got my seat. And the hippie house is just right over here before you cross over the bridge. Got it. Okay, so the smoke shop where you bought the...
Who came for it? You talking about Candus? Candus is a liar. All of them are. All of them liars.
We went to the hospital, right, and picked up my mom, right, and then we stopped at the smoke shop, and I got mom that tea that she wanted, and then I stopped at the hippie
Right.
house and got me some smoke nicotine.
Please.
That's what I got, okay? What flavor? There were Skittles, okay.
And honestly, as far as that part of the story, that is the only thing that her and Hunter agreed on, is that it was Skittles. Now she said she bought 3 vapes and a freaking iced tea. And he asked, did you give him one, or did he have one? I don't know. I honestly don't know. How you gonna not know? Girl, bye. Lying. They all liars.
Do they have like a different taste? They actually taste like Skittles. Okay. It's the only kind I'll buy. And then we left from there. We went straight down to
None of them. Can't live with the air, can't live without.
I said, right down the council. And he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have them. I don't know. Okay. Honest God, I don't know. Okay. Then we went to
That's how you know she lying. He said, did he take one? I don't know. Honest to God, I don't know. You a liar. You just lied to God. Honest to God, you're lying. Why would you not know? Why no pics of the upstairs on the inside? You see outside 2-story house, but show them going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That I didn't even finish. It's so much I haven't seen, y'all. I have not. I've seen them go down the steps, but Chris comes on late. I think I might have been in there, but I fell asleep. I never did see that whole video. I do remember laughing when he said, "You need a zoo license." So I still haven't seen that. Hey, Lola, welcome. Thanks for coming through. And my name is Miss V. Hey, Jessica.
And that's what we did. Okay. I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him. There's nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't. Right?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Pretty much.
Mm.
Okay, I've had it with the BS. These people are clearly lying. They're guilty of lying, I can tell you.
I think wherever the granny is at, it's allowed. The police know where she at. Yeah.
That. Why would she go and buy a tea? One tea. From the beginning, I said Candus didn't buy that for herself because if she's on hard drugs or she's an alcoholic, that tea is like water or Kool-Aid for her. But one thing for sure, too, for certain, you're not going to go in and buy one tea and give it to somebody because they asked for it. I believe she went in there and bought that tea and a vape for that boy. Now he's lying, too, because he's acting like he didn't ask her to buy it. So she don't want to get a contributing to a delinquency charge. She ain't even concerned about the summer part yet because I feel like whatever happened with her, they feel like they getting away with it. Because like I've been saying from the start, and this is allegedly, they know how to hide bodies. So anyway, I want to make a correction because I said that he said she was married, but no, he said she has a husband. But however he worded it, like I said, that was not the proper response.
I get what you're saying, Cisco. At least they came forward, keeping talking better than lies and a silent. Yeah, you're right, Cisco. I didn't get what you were saying at first, but I could compare that to Jacqueline and Trezelle. They ain't saying jack, so I agree. It is better that they talking because now with all this stuff to compare. And in everything that they have ever said, they contradict themselves and they change their story. You literally got to write down what they are saying to hear it, but literally.
Candus is full of crap. Oh, all of a sudden, everybody in the area is drinking teas because teas were all over the place. You know what, guys? We know clearly something is not adding up. A whole lot of stuff is not adding up. Now, you guys may know, I have a few videos on this, but it's been so much information put out. I have not been following a case like that because it's clear to me that they are lying. And it's really nothing to dissect. They lied at every part, and they're doing a whole lot of talking and changing stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why these people ain't locked up, But of course, you can't lock them up for lying, I guess. But anyway, guys, tune in for the live video I will be doing later on this morning, and we gonna have a discussion. Thank you guys for listening. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral.
I didn't see the video of him in the shed. I seen a video of him on somebody's show, and he was at the church, I think, or something. He was somewhere loud. I think, yeah, he was at the church. But I don't know what video you talking about. I did go on his page last night, though. This morning. Okay, so Okay, let me get back to what I was looking at. This is the one I want to see.
Boost your sales with Comments Sold Live Selling, the new and engaging way to sell online. When you host a live.
And she began this right away with the grandmother. That's what I'm saying. What is the grandmother saying? I wonder. I know she can't be going with the story. And maybe that's why she ain't around. Because she would have had to lie too. She's a part of this story. And y'all need to watch, I think it was John Q and Queen. They found out some things. They were on live like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning, my time. And they cracked some information. So y'all might want to check that live out. What was it? Oh, they brought back up the 911 call. Y'all remember the 911 call when Don called and said that Candus was on a walk, a run, and she wasn't at home? Ain't nobody talking about that no more. So that's what they were talking about, and I didn't get a chance to watch it all. But yeah, you literally, just like with the Trezell and Jackie West, you go back to the beginning of what was said. I don't know why ain't nobody arrested for that.
A lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing.
That was so weird. It just kicked me off for no freaking reason. So annoying. Okay. I spammed that chat last night, the after show one. I don't know who that is. What? I drink Arizona. Ellie will click when. I don't know. I mean, they already said that they watching everything on social media. So this fool just keep on going on social media on all these different platforms talking. What the hell? And the people that support him, you gotta be tweakers too. Seriously. The one show that I ain't gonna do that. I don't want no I don't want no smoke, y'all, but I got opinions. I don't want no drama though. I'm gonna leave it alone.
We're planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma.
See?
And
she done put Grandma in there twice. Now is Grandma going with the story?
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up.
Let's restrain from saying those names. I ain't trying to promote none of them people at all.
And took her.
I knew what you was talking about.
Lured her away from here.
me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers, and I said okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV, and I told the boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back. And within 2 minutes I came back, and I asked.
This is another thing that they cracked over there, that she lied to Chris. She lied to Chris. So y'all gotta go watch that. On this part right here, where she told this whole story, she changed her story when she was talking to Chris and said the boys was with her. She messed up. They lying. And the police is just letting all of this stuff build up because they watching. They already said they watching.
The boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay.
Okay.
And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Now, in Chris's interview, he said, what do you think happened? And she said she feel like somebody took her off and they're holding her. That's what she thinks. Hey, Hawkeye. Okay, so did anyone watch and hi, Pink Barbie doll. Did anyone watch the very first video that was made when Summers first went missing? It was reported she was last seen at 7 p.m. walking away from the house, 4 years old. Yep. But I also know the news be jacking stuff up, because they said Amari was found in a dumpster. It was other stuff. Oh, they said what's his name? Terrell Rhodes shot the police. The news be jacking stuff up too. But what's coming out of Don and her mouth? That's what I'm talking about. Because they are the last ones with this baby. How can they not be a complete panic over her? Right. They show more emotion talking about themselves being attacked on social media than they ever have about this baby. In my opinion.
Go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up. It's kind of elusive.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck, and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves.
Yeah, I do too. Coming out of their mouth. I don't believe everything the news say, because they be trying to get the story out there fast, and but honestly, the 4 years old had to come from Don, in my opinion, because they did change it too. Where did they get 4 from? I don't know. Toast coming soon, awaiting bingo. Where is Summer? Yeah, they are a circus clown, both of them.
You're not a suspect.
Sitting up lying.
Say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
Now you just heard what she said. I was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to shave her head just like me and the boys. And Don is gonna say something else.
She tried to shave it herself.
I think you can see it in some of the pictures. And it was getting out of
Now he just said that Summer had shaved some of her hair in the back and it was getting out of control, and they went ahead and shaved the rest. They lying, sitting right next to each other. That's crazy. I'm sure people pointed this out a long time ago.
We decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long.
Boys did.
She tried to shave her head.
Hold on. Before she even got done talking.
She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and
herself.
making it, I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control, so we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head.
He literally said something different. So
so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. You know, I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their,
what?
I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to.
And you know that those people are idiots, right? Because we sitting up here listening with our own ears and seeing with our own eyes. So anybody that don't is stupid. They don't want to see it. I have never seen YouTube so divided, but since I've been doing it, because I've just been doing this for a year as of July 15th. So I think they crazy. They don't want the truth. If you sitting up here defending this man and he done lied, then all these people came, he sex abusing somebody. Oh, come on, man. It's not a good person.
Spent so many man hours in these woods and everything.
He even lied and said he don't drink or smoke. He even said Candus, her drug test came back positive. He said he don't drink or smoke. I heard him say, because if I drink a beer, I'm gonna want the drugs. But didn't he get drunk and went on a rampage, and that's why the boys got taken? Ain't that what y'all heard? Which is it? It's crazy. Right. So y'all seeing this. People is falling out over this dude. Why? Why? I don't know.
Everything else, and I feel for him. But I just wish there was
he
a way
twisting his own teeth.
Neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not
right,
get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house. And
everybody got a crackhead in their family somewhere. Allegedly.
Or whatever. But I wish there was a way.
Have you ever considered being an egg donor? Fairfax egg bank donors can earn up to...
Okay, let me get to the video, because what time? Ooh, already a freaking hour. I'm gonna have to drive. Hold on. Time fly, man. But I want to get to some of this. They doing part 3 tonight, y'all. Always late. I always be asleep. Dang. Okay, part 2.
Guys, rock and roll on this, shall we? All right,
let's rock and roll. Okay, so we all know this is Chris Madonna. He's a retired detective, homicide detective, I believe. And then this is Steve Johnson. He's a forensic statement analyst. And this was recorded August 1st. This is Don, the father of Summer Wells, Tennessee 5-year-old who's been missing since June 15th. Now, I'm thinking this might be the part when he's talking about the abuse that went on, because he admitted it with the sister, the stepsister. That's another thing that I thought was so odd, that Mary, when you used to being dysfunctional, you operate in dysfunction, I guess, because there's no way in hell. She said this man, well, he was 13 at the time, and friends chased her through the house, ripped her clothes off. She had to run and into the room for safety, but she still calls him her brother. That dude I wouldn't be calling him my brother. And then the father, I wouldn't be effing with him either. Because clearly he always protected his son. That's his blood, which lets you know that he don't feel the same way about you as he do his own. I wouldn't be calling him my father. That's just me. But anyway. Okay,
There we go, right here.
let's get into this.
Okay, so we'll go right from here. What's your name? Michelle and some friends. But it'd probably be better if I contacted them and get them your number.
Oh, he talking about them
I'm
detectives.
trying to bring all this stuff to light because I don't feel like I don't know what police are doing.
Now, I remember him saying that he lied. It ain't no detectives. These are some people, probably the folks that he was on the show with. I don't know, but
I don't know what TV list. Sure. I know a lot of people talk a big talk, and then they come out here and they're just worried about their own agenda. You know what I'm saying?
he said that's what you said about me.
Saying about me. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Well, that's okay. I mean, I don't take anything personal. So I have a question though. Let's go back to the day, okay? Unpack that day for me. When did you leave for work, and then when the 911 or when you? I left early that morning. Summer was by my side, and I left for work. And I worked all day, and then I called her at some point. I guess when she was in Walgreens, I said, "Well, what are you doing?" And so she said something about taking her up to Lakewood, and I thought, well, hell, I might as well just work late because there's no point in me going home. They're out doing their thing, and I might as well just stay late.
Can y'all hear it okay?
My boss come by and make fun of me.
Yeah.
My cars.
Yeah, Chris did say that his son died in a car accident. He said that they were in Disney. They were at Disneyland. He said he can't even remember how they got home from Disneyland. That's how out of it he was, and it didn't register to him. Just like not Chris. Don was so willing to accept it, and it's like, okay, she's gone. They said that from day one, and it took him a long time to even accept it. So that's why he brought up his son.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go backwards here. Let's talk about the car first because that's the last thing that we heard. There's something about this car I don't understand exactly yet what it is, but when you go do drywall work, that is.
You talking about when he talking about how much Summer loves him, and I've never been loved like that before. How you doing, Crafty Crafter? That's crazy. Are you from Mom MRB, Mom Ramley blog? I think I seen you in there. He called her a young lady. I hate that. Some people do that. I've heard content creators calling children a young man or a young woman or lady, and it's like they're babies. Quit making them older than what they are. I hate when people do that. And you're right. I did hear him say that. Sicko.
Messy business, and to put your drywall tools and everything in a new car. I don't know if this was new, but it was new to him, I guess. And I guess he said it's a brand new car. So it's just there's something weird about that. You don't use a brand new car for drywall work. If you guys don't know, that's a dirty, messy job.
So you have to ask yourself, what made him drive her car that day to work? If he never drove her car before, because that's the part they talking about. That he drove. Why did he drive her car that day? A new car. And chance getting it all filthy.
I'm going to skip back up to when he said, Chris, you asked him
when did you leave for work? And then when the 911 and then he interrupted and he said, I left early that morning. Okay, so he answered your question. And then after answering your question, he added this, which in context has nothing to do with the question that you asked. He said, Summer was by my side and I left for work. Why?
So he wanted to make it known that Summer was there before he left. Maybe she wasn't even there before he left. Why did he volunteer that? You gotta wonder.
What my team and I asked was, why would he include Summer was by my side and I left for work, instead of saying I left early that morning at whatever time it was, and then be done with it. He answered the question, but his brain went somewhere else. You focused.
Now I wonder if he meant, because he did admit that she sleeps in the bed with them. Now remember, 5 years old is when, I don't know, maybe he got a thing for 5.
Him on that morning, and so he told you not only that he left answering the question, but his mind has now gone back to the most important thing. Summer was by my side and I left for work. Now the argument is that, well, we're talking about Summer. Summer's the one that's gone, and so he's remembering that Summer was there by his side. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for a parent to remember. The problem is that there's an indication here when he says I left for work instead of saying I went to work. His brain has paused there at the point of departure, which is his home. Summer was by my side. There's missing information there. That's what that indicates. His brain pauses.
You knew you still here? I don't know if you knew was still in the building. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing.
Instead of moving forward to work, his brain paused right there. And so now what I want to know is, okay, is this critical information, or is it just that he's sentimental about Summer? And by the way, there hasn't been any sentiment about Summer. His emotions have not risen to that level that we would expect of a parent. And in fact, it's
honestly, it's like, I mean, they are literally telling on themselves. You know, that's all you got to do is listen. And I was gonna go back to my video. I think my playlist only have like 11 videos so far, but I was gonna go back and just listen at all my videos to see what I might have missed, and just see what I was thinking. From the start, I knew they was lying though. I was like, they lying. I mean, period. None of it made sense from the beginning.
I've been the opposite. He's focused more on his own emotion
than
emotion about Summer. And so I'm on high alert now. So now I know I have missing information that's related to Summer being in bed with him. And I know that it's bad because it's from what's going to come next. You ask him, tell me about Summer being by your side. And he says, well, she slept next to me. So I know that this missing information is related to Summer being in bed with him. Okay, now he says, and now you know, and now you know I worked all day. And I called her at some point, I guess, when she was at Walgreens. I said, well, what are you doing? She said something about taking them up to the lake. So, okay, he's giving you details of his day. This is extra information.
That's Candus. He's calling Candus.
That's Candus.
Right.
And why is he adding this in here? Well, here it comes. She says something about taking them up to. Well, then I thought, hell, I might as well just work late, because there's a reason why. There's no point in me going home. And he gives another reason why. Well, he doubles up on this. They're out doing their thing. That's why. And when they do that, they give you a reason for doing something that you didn't ask him about. He's now told me that this is a sensitive area to him. Now I'm on high alert as to why he wants to create this alibi that he was at work. And I want to know now, was he at work all day? Did he leave work early? Did he work late? I want to know. This needs to be verified for me, because there's something sensitive about that, about working late. He just pointed it out. So that might come up later on. He might answer the question for me, but I know that there's sensitivity. He's creating this. He wants to make sure that you knew that he was at work all that day. And so we'll pick that up a little bit more coming up.
Okay, interesting. And remember, we talked about, he would probably be adapting day to day, especially after the last video we just did. Yeah. Well, he has. He's found some outlets, and he's adapting correctly. But I'm paying attention, and we'll just keep staying as we stay. And what other is interesting thing here? So I had a theory, and it's just a theory, right? It's a working theory, that what if something happened, right, at the property or whatever, hypothetically, and what if they were both there, and then they got to hatch this. We got to get the cops moving. So he goes to his job site. She's at the house, hypothetically, makes the 911 call. He makes a 911 call and then comes back, and that's why he took the red car. Because typically, right, to your point, if you're doing drywall and you've always, have the white truck, and his boss even comes over and teases him about having the red car, okay? So that's, that just doesn't, that's DLR, right? As we call it, doesn't look right. And it doesn't sound right, DSR. Okay? So, it could be true. I don't know yet, personally. And I know that you
Whose
have...
damn phone ringing?
Your radar
Turn
is
it off.
Pretty high. So, anyway, let's keep moving. And by the way, for the folks that have been asking, I feel great. I had my second shot. I'm looking good. So, get vaccinated. All right, here we go. You ready?
Miss me with that shit, Chris.
All right, bud. Someone was by your side. What does that mean?
She was asleep by my side when I woke up.
Okay, got it. And what time was that approximately?
I'd say about 7.
Okay.
Earlier, 6:30 or 7 this morning.
Okay. And
she had to be by me. She just had to be by me.
That's how
she just had to be with me.
Yeah. I can say just one harsh word to her, and she would break down. I have to apologize to her 10 times over.
All right.
Why do I have this damn thing?
All right.
I know where you're at, but it's gotta, it is what it is.
So this is disturbing.
Very disturbing.
So
Sick ass.
this ties into that missing information that I said is related to Summer being in bed by his side before he left for work. Okay, he's left out information. Now he says she was asleep by my side when I woke up. He put timing in there. It infers that she was by his side at other times, prior to him waking up. And I'm going to leave that alone for just a second.
Why wasn't Candus by his side? Where was Candus at? He mentioned Summer, but he didn't mention Candus.
Had to be by me. She just had to be by me. This is a indication that of a controlled bonding. This is what we see in groomers. And it worries me, and I'll show you why I'm going here.
You hear that?
Because there's more. Then he says, yeah, she loves me to death. So he's saying, I'm the good parent. I'm I'm the one that she loves. And
He is saying that.
anyone that might be having a problem with that later on, and I think it's later on, it's either later on or something that we did last time.
I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I just want to say this. He sure did throw Candus under the bus on that part, because he was like, she never bonded with her, basically. Like, she was 18 months before she ever would go to Candus or something. So he is trying to make himself sound like a great parent. Oh, she loved me. And he continues to throw her under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Talking about her positive drug tests and just whatever stuff he always say about her. But yeah, he's trying to outshine the mother to make himself look good. But okay, so if he didn't do anything and Candus did it, why is he covering for her? And what do he have on her? Like, why would he cover for her, and why would she cover for him and not protect the baby? That's who need a voice. That's who need protection, not no grown ass man or woman. So that's what make me believe both of them is involved. But I still want to know where the grandmother at. I really do. I'm gonna just let this play. I want to know where Granny at.
He mentioned that she had a hard time bonding with Candus. Yeah, for the first, I don't remember how long it was that she wouldn't bond with Candus, but she bonded with him. Okay, that's typical. That fits the profile of a groomer, and a groomer will, with a spouse or significant other, they often use them as well, and they'll shame them. They use the shaming technique and everything, and it gets a little deep, but this fits the profile. So then he says, I could say just one harsh word to her and she would break. He put a number on the harsh word. It indicates to me that there have been more than one harsh word said to Summer. This is also fits the profile, and he said this in association with Summer breaking down, and so it tells me that there were a lot of harsh words in this relationship. I still have
that makes sense.
Insinuating this close.
He don't look gentle at all. Please.
There's an insinuation of fear, and she would break down. That's physical. And then he says, I have to apologize to her 10 times over. That's more of the grooming. And it's.
I bet you he wasn't trying to come off like that, but he did.
A groomer would be typically apologizing. Maybe I'm
buying
sorry,
gifts and shit.
If you hadn't climbed in bed with me or said this or done that or whatever, I wouldn't have to do this. And they apologize many times over. And
you want to hear something pretty interesting? I'm sorry, you mean to interrupt.
No, perfect.
So his sister was on another YouTube channel, Unmasked, last night. And this is his biological sister. And by the way, I have interviewed
I ain't see that.
Sister at length, almost 3.5 hours one day. And I'm not going to play that out of respect for that victim. But what was interesting, right to cue, is Don called her last night, apologizing, and trying to get her to, basically shut it down. And so, to your point, I don't know if that's target acquisition or if he's just so used to kind of covering every time he hears a scenario, he immediately jumps on top of the victim. And by the way, for her, the Jeannie, his stepsister, she told me one night when I think she was either 11 or 12. Well, it was in that time frame. I have to listen to her statement again, but she had a girlfriend over. They were doing a sleepover, and the girlfriend was in the bunk bed below. And in the middle of the night, he came in and molested her as well.
What?
And when they woke up in the morning, they just kind of did one of the awkward stares to each other in terms of the two girls. That's the other girl, I think, that he mentions later on in this tape.
What?
Okay?
Man, listen.
So, we'll get into that later on because I'm going to do
He's a sick ass bastard.
On, grooming. And,
you know what? I didn't even know that part. It's a lot of stuff I don't know. But that right there is sick, man. And I wonder where was his parents? Somewhere covering for him, huh? So all this stuff happened and nobody says anything. I wonder, well, he said he wasn't going to play it. So maybe he recorded it but never released his interview with Jeannie. Because I didn't know Jeannie came on because she wouldn't come on Unmasked. She was typing in the chat, though. Her sister, Mary, was up there. So I got to look around. But that just, that's crazy. She was like 11. So that must have been after he got out of prison or something. Because if she was 11, then that would mean he was 18. You sick bastard. Y'all really think this man ain't still molesting kids? Just so happened, Summer comes up missing at 5. And that's the age he started molesting his stepsister. Sick, man. That is sick. I'm having a little anxiety right now. Because that's sick. And people actually protecting this guy. Women, you gotta be a fucking tweaker.
So I apologize.
No, that's perfect. In fact, you said that at the perfect time because that's pretty much what I was going to say about that. This is
hey Q, what's up?
They break their victims down and they create this.
That just blew me, man.
Bond with them, and that's what he had. And from an early age, he started creating this bond with Summer, and so
early on,
he says that. Did we already say it? I gotta remember. Maybe it's coming up. That Summer's been sleeping in his beds from day one.
That's coming up. So I'm gonna go back up here and play it through that. You tell me.
Have he ever said she sleep between me and Candus? Or is it just him and Summer in a freaking bed?
I can say just one harsh word to her and she would break down. I have to apologize to her 10 times.
Now, the fact that he has an emphasis on the word break, does that mean anything to you?
It does to me, yeah. Number one, it's he's trying to convince. It's like if he was handwriting this, it's like putting that a capital at the word break or make, putting it all in caps. It doesn't matter if it's all in caps or he just puts the B in cap where it doesn't belong. He's emphasizing it. And there's a couple things going on there. It's a convincing thing that she would break down. He's trying to convince that it's because he said a harsher word to her. But out of all the things that he could say, he chose that word break. Why didn't he just say she would start crying? Something like that.
Like she couldn't take no more.
Break. And that's called brain leakage. The brain will reach out and it'll pick out words that's associated with other thoughts going on at that time in his brain. He's making the statement based on everything that he has going on in his head at the same time. And it will pick words that correlate with all these different things that are going on. There are all these little rooms in his head, and it'll pick out a word that correlates to all of them. And that's one of those. That's how we see that. We call it brain leakage. So yeah, significant. I always highlight words like that.
He got a lot of brain leakage.
Anything like that.
Okay, and I think Mary is his stepsister. I think I may have misspoken there as I think about it. So, but Jeannie is his stepsister as well. So,
Oh,
by the way,
so he misspoke. Okay.
You know,
yeah.
As a guy who's done this for a couple of weekends, I have no
I
reason.
didn't hear that part.
And by the way, I also want to be sensitive to some of you folks out there who are listening. Forgive us if this is tough for you. I understand, and so I want to be considerate of your feelings in the chat as well. I know this is very difficult to listen to, so I just want to give you a heads up. If it is too difficult, please come back. Watch it at another time or not. It's completely up to you. But I just also want to be sensitive to, this is a very difficult essay conversation here. So, and I would believe you as well, just for the record. So I'm going to keep moving. Okay, Steve?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So, right, I mean, that just kills me that she's gone. I mean, just literally, her room was right next door to yours.
Hold up, Chris. Little comment here, but this is a convincing statement right here. I mean, it just kills me that she's gone, and that wasn't strong enough.
So what?
That he had to add in that word literally. There's an old adage that words it in an ly or a lie, and that's certainly not always the case, but we find that is true in a lot of different scenarios. And for me personally, when they add in these qualifying words like literally,
Don can't be smart, because I said, now, after they did that first statement analysis, I said, Don might want to stop talking after this. Oh no, he's been on several interviews still. Like, dude, are you serious? He won't shut up. But I'm happy he's stupid.
He's convincing. It wasn't strong enough.
He gonna talk himself right into prison.
Tells me that she's gone. He had to convince us by saying literally, and so for me, the credibility of that, the commitment to that, just came down several notches. So
how about where he says, "I loved her to death"?
Yeah, I always worry about that kind of stuff. He says, because we have a lot of this death. It just kills me. It worries me to death. Or he said the death. I don't know how many times.
He won't stop. Let him keep talking.
I always worry about those.
I tried to listen, woman.
It's definitely tells.
I was looking for you before I took off, and you wasn't in here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it because I do need to run in here. Give me a second. And my phone, 32%? I need to hurry up and get home. Damn it. Oh, there it is. If anybody else want to come up, you can. Q, if you want to pop up. Q is the queen of this Chris interview stuff. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been down here the whole time I was in the chat.
You had to step away for a second because I literally said your name. I was looking for you.
That's when I knew that you were looking for me, because when you said, "Are you there? Are you there?" and I'm like, "I'm right here. I'm right here." I kept saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
had to come
why
in my
I can't
room.
hear
My
you?
husband's cutting some fish up he just caught. What you up to? Besides live.
Why I can't hear you that good?
Hold on. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
I hear you, but you ain't loud enough.
Uh-oh.
I mean, are you on your iPad?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I hear you, but yeah, what do you think about this stuff? If you
Well,
could
you know
talk to
what
the
I think?
audience.
You know what I think? I think they crazy as heck if they think that we believe anything they're saying because they keep changing the story left and right.
I'm so
Charlotte,
sick of this delay. What do you think about all these different groups protecting this guy? Have you been seeing any of that?
I haven't been following people too much because of a lot of people get mad about the situation, saying, "Oh, we need to stop saying stuff negative about Don and his wife." You know, you guys are just saying that because of their poverty. I'm like, no, we're not. We're saying it because it looks like we have proof because of the situation of they can't stop telling lies. They keep changing their stories, and one is contradicting the other one's story. The husband and wife literally live in the same house, but they have two different stories. That doesn't make sense to me. Like that makes you guilty to me. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hey Q, how are you?
Hey, CarQ.
I
Carla,
don't think
RQ. That was
what
backwards.
you call car Q.
I
Yeah,
was trying to
I
get
was
it
backwards.
together over
Say
here. And
cute.
of course, my
Uh-huh.
dog want to talk. I can hear you.
Hey, babe.
Okay, perfect.
Let me go in my
Thanks for
room.
coming up here. Hey y'all, go ahead
Yeah.
and talk. I'ma run in the store so I can get home.
Okay,
Okay,
Give me
babe.
a
yeah, cool, cool,
Be
cool, cool.
y'all
No
careful.
go
problem.
ahead
Go
and talk.
ahead. Go ahead. I was listening. I'm gonna definitely piggyback on this, but you go ahead, you know.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been okay, girl. I'm still dealing with a little dental pain. That's why I was like, should
Oh,
I go up? But yeah, I'm here. I'm here
oh,
for
I
it.
hope you feel better.
Thank you. I'll be okay. I just have to do an extraction, but I can't do it until the 8th of September. So now I just got to kind of roll with it, you know?
Yeah, why are they waiting so long?
Just that's when they can do the appointment, and it's not like I'm dying, I guess. So it's not an emergency right now.
We
Are they?
definitely want your opinion on this, Q, because I know you've been following this for a while. What do
Girl.
you think about all of this mess?
Mm.
First of all, right where she was at, uh, woo, okay. Can I say this just real quick? And I'm gonna try not to cuss no more, but fuck Don. I can't even believe that these channels are backing this
Defending
dude.
this
Like,
man. What?
it's sickening, girl. It is so disgusting.
It
For
is.
real. I can't even
I'm
believe
stepping
it.
out, y'all, but hey, I feel the same way, Q.
For real. Okay, babe. Go ahead. Do you think? I just think at first it was like a little comical, but it's really sickening. And the more you listen to everything he's done, look at that. Everything he's done, it, regardless of the fact that maybe he did not do it to Summer, this man is disgusting. He's a piece of crap, and nobody should be protecting him. Period. That's how
Exactly.
I feel about that.
That's exactly how I feel. Like it's just too many contradictions, too many lies. Hunter says one thing, she says another. And that's another thing. I'm sorry, but from the way he talks to her and how he handles Candus, I'm talking about Hunter now. I'm not talking about Don right now. I'm talking about
Gotcha.
Hunter. The way he
Hmm.
handles Candus is like he's her man. Who are you talking to? What are y'all talking about? How is it your
Well,
business? You're 15 years old. Stay in your place.
not at all. But check this out. I was, you know what? I'm thinking a little bit of that, but at the same time, um, rewatching the video with Hunter and Chris McDonough, he talks to his mother like he's grown too. So they just have this might be just a situation where we got a little boy who thinks he's grown. So it was
Right.
something that happened towards the end of the video, and he said to his mom, he said, I told you that Miss Johnson something. I can't forget. I can't remember what he said. But then he told his mom, okay, now, and he didn't say it rudely, but he said, now, let us talk and put his
Mhm.
hands out, like, let me. And I was just like, my son would never, honey, ever.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think he just too grown.
But you know what though? This is the reason why I think a little more into it is because okay, I understand how some people act at home. It's like a
Hmm.
home thing. You act like what you do at home is what you do at home. But when you
Right.
go out of your home, you don't act that same way. You act like a whole different person. But with
Right.
Candus, he's so comfortable with
Yeah.
questioning her like he's her man.
He definitely did. Yeah, in the car, he definitely did. Like, because when they asked him, when Chris asked him how he knew about what Dawn called about in the first place, what he heard, he said, "Well, I heard because I asked her what he called for." Straight up.
Hmm. Exactly. And what
So
and what
yeah,
grown a woman is gonna answer him? Come on now, you're
girl, I would have said, "Boy, if you don't sit back and shut, please."
mind your
Man, I believe that something definitely happened with them. Come on.
When
yeah.
Because
this first
I picked up on that part too. I'm like, he was
Hmm.
supposed to be at work. Just the way that he was saying it, like he was jealous or something.
he
Hmm.
knows a lot, but at the same time, for somebody who they must TikTok and Facebook a lot because he said he hadn't been over there in a year, but he seemed to know Dawn calls every 2 hours, and he knew a lot about her day and her routine and stuff. So
Hmm.
I'm with y'all. When this first started, I was like, oh hell yeah, inappropriate. When I
And
saw the
another thing,
TikTok and stuff,
another
mm-mm.
thing. Why did she come at Hunter and ask for Summer? Like I'm not to ask for Summer, but why did she call Hunter? He's a child. He's 15 years old. What is he gonna do?
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
Summer's missing. Is that your
Yeah.
child? Why are you telling him? Is that your child? But we all know it. She's not. But I'm just saying because that would make him
Hmm.
10 years old. But they only met when he was 11. They met each other when he was 11 years old, and the mom
And
and
that's
her met when about a year and a half ago, a little bit over that now since we've been talking about it for 2 months. But at that time,
correct.
it has been about a year and a half, a little maybe a year and 6, 7 months. Okay, but
Hmm.
she's known
Hmm.
him since he was 11 years old.
Well, let's keep in mind too, she is childish. You can tell. Dawn is too. They got this childish mentality too. So
Yes.
people like that can kick it with kids. Like I don't have the mentality. I can talk to a child. I can have a
Right.
great conversation with a child,
Right.
but I can't kick it with a kid. Like that doesn't even excite me at all.
Yeah.
But if you have a childish mentality, you still enjoy that like way more than you should, if that makes sense.
Yes, I know what you're talking about because she actually has other pictures with other little kids, other teenagers that she's hanging out with.
And you can tell just the way she talks sometimes.
Hmm.
She's a big ass kid herself.
Yep.
Yeah, I think mentally she's probably 15 her damn self, and that's why she
Correct.
can relate to him. Like
Correct. That's
she
exactly
literally
what
looks
I'm
like a tomboy, and
Yes, yes.
had her baby looking the same way, and it just don't make sense to me unless she was trying to prevent something.
That's the only thing that I could try to find that made a little sense. Was she trying to make Summer unattractive to all these damn pedophiles and sex offenders in their family, by the way, let
That's
alone the ones around them?
That's what I've been thinking as well. I think she made her look ugly so she would not look attractive to the daddy, and
It's
that's why
possible.
she did that.
It didn't help though. He still had her in the damn bed every single night. Dirty
That's what I
pervert.
don't get. She's five
If
years
she was
old.
any type of mother, she would have never allowed that. And where did he say? What did he ever mention where Candace was when she
He
was in the
never
bed with him?
did. He never did. Even Steve, the analyst, is gonna point that out. He has never said anything about Candace being in that damn bed. I hope to God she was in it, but we know for a fact someone was right next to
I
him
mean, he
every night.
telling everything else. Why leave out that detail that your wife
Because
was
it
there
didn't
too? He
happen.
he didn't say nothing like she was sleeping in between me and Candace.
No.
He just said she had to be by me. She was
Yep.
by my side when I left.
Yep.
Gross. Yep.
Not they. You're disgusting. And I'm so happy that Steve called him a freaking groomer because I believe that is along those lines. And I
I do
also
too.
believe that something had to have happened to him to be this sick at a young age. You're
It's
12
very
years old
possible.
doing this. Kids act out what was done to them. So
And the fact that
somebody touched him
maybe his
too.
dad. It might have been his dad because his dad is the one that, when it went down with Jeannie, his dad was the one that, quote unquote, squashed it, whatever the hell that means. So, if you're an enabler, I don't know. For me, he's my suspect,
I
but there's
mean,
plenty of
yeah,
them in the
I agree
family.
with that because she
Hmm.
literally said, well, not Jeannie, but Mary. Remember when she said that they snatched all her clothes off when he had friends over?
Mary, was she on
Yes.
the Unmasked interview?
Oh, yeah.
I hate to say it, I didn't see that. I don't really rock with them. I didn't see one drop of that video.
Okay, and I only saw a little bit. I just found out about him maybe about a month ago. But yeah, she was
No,
on
no,
there, his
yeah.
stepsister. She said that it was she was over and he had three friends. Now, mind you, she said she was 13 years old. They the same age. The
Right.
parents was her dad. The dad was a truck driver, so they would be gone days at a time, and they would be home alone. Okay. So she
Okay.
said Don had some friends over. They was smoking, drinking, or whatever, and then they started messing with her. They chased her through the house, snatched her clothes off of her. She didn't say what happened. She just said she ran to the room to hide. And then
Wow.
she came out, get this, when her boyfriend came over. These is kids. What y'all doing with boyfriends?
In the
So
first
Exactly.
then
place.
she said that they went and pressed charges. She went downtown. I don't know who took her, you a kid. So she said her dad came home the next day and made her go drop the charges and say it never happened. Because if she didn't, he was going to put her out the damn house. So yeah,
What?
See? There it is, right there.
that
There it
daddy
is.
ain't
He's the
shit.
one that
And
was
that's what I said.
right. So he might have been the one of the ones, because as you say, I mean, it funnels down. So it's
Yes, it
before him.
does.
This shit is generational. It's ridiculous.
It is generational, but you know what? It's also a choice because you can stop what has been done to you.
You can, but listen to me. This baby is surrounded. I'm talking about her mama's side and her
Hmm.
daddy's side of the family is
Hmm.
full of them. It was like everywhere she turned,
Yes.
there was nowhere she could go in that family that didn't have a sex offender. I'm telling y'all, it was. I never seen nothing like this in my life.
I believe people like that move out in the middle of nowhere so they can do exactly what they want to
Yep,
do to their kids,
yep,
or
Yes.
wife, or whoever, and ain't nobody gonna hear it or say nothing.
exactly. Yeah, ain't
Especially
gonna
if
say
you
it.
don't
More
have
than
signals
anything.
out
Ain't gonna
there.
say it.
You
Yeah,
don't even have signals out there, so it's easy to do whatever you're gonna do.
yeah. You out in the middle of
And you
nowhere.
know, another thing I thought was strange when somebody had asked him how did his mom die, and he couldn't remember. I said, who? If he went to take care of his mom, how did he not know how this woman died? I said, did they kill her too? Shit,
That
like
part,
how do
that
you not?
part.
But anyway, that was a joke. But
Uh,
No, not really. Listen, don't. Hey,
I
don't
don't put
discount
nothing. I'm
yourself.
just saying. I'm just
I'm
bringing up
with you.
stuff
I'm with you on
it's
that.
allegedly.
not
And
far
then they
fetched.
got that big piece of property when Mama died too. Like, don't. I can go
Yeah,
there for sure.
it's not far fetched.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
It's not that far
I'm
fetched.
walking in now, y'all. I'm gonna hit mute.
Real quick,
Okay.
Donna said Don does say Summer slept between me and Mom, so that means that she's sleeping between them. That means ain't nothing else
On
going on.
someone's panel,
Yep.
I will have to find that. Thank you, Donna J. I've never heard him say that.
Yeah. So
On
basically,
someone's panel. Okay.
if it is true that that she's sleeping between them, then that means there's nothing else going on between them two for
Either
her.
way,
Yeah.
ill for 5 years. Come on, man. That ain't
I
normal.
know that's crazy. That's too old for a child to still be in the bed. I
I
understand
will find that.
a
If he said it,
newborn.
I will find it. I
Yeah,
gotta hear it.
maybe a newborn to maybe a few months older. Then no, not after they turn a certain amount of months. They gotta go. They gotta get in their
Come
own bed.
on. Seriously. And usually, honestly, wouldn't it be mom that would cuddle with the baby?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I just don't see why that baby would need to be anywhere near his penis. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's all I can picture every single night of her life. You are a pedophile, dude. There's no way you laid next to a baby girl for 5 years and your dick didn't get hard. That's just facts.
Yeah.
This man is gross. I can't even with him. For real, I
Yes.
get real heated. I get real heated with Donald Wells because
Yeah. I
He
feel
he
you.
has
is
gotten
gross,
away with
man.
this his
Look at
whole
him.
life.
Did you see how he looked at that prayer visual? Just gross hair. You look like
Yeah.
he don't bathe. He don't wash his hair. He
Nah,
just looked disgusting.
yeah,
Exactly.
he's a
And did you
dirty
notice
Poor
man.
baby.
her?
And then you a freaking drunk and a drug addict. I bet that poor baby. And then you just her
I
teeth
can't even.
rotten and all kind of stuff. They didn't
And
take
did you
care of her, but yet they had 20 damn dogs on the property, or however many they had.
right?
You
And
can't feed your kids, but you got all these dogs.
did you notice
It,
that the
he's
visuals at the prayer visuals that they were having? Um, Candus and Dawn weren't even together except for that one moment where she touches his arm. That's the only time. The rest of the time, she's on one side of him, on one side of about 3 or 4 people, and then he's the next person over. So basically, they haven't
Yeah.
really been standing together except for
No,
that
they
one
haven't.
moment when she touches his
And they
arm.
weren't together then. Yeah, because you said it right. She touched his arm. He didn't. It was not like a
He
connection
didn't
at all.
reciprocate at all. Like he didn't try to hug her and like, oh my
No,
baby,
not at all.
nothing. It was
No.
nothing. It was like no feelings in it.
She's too old for him. Straight up. This man is a pedophile.
Yep.
That's the reality of this situation. People just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
They don't want to, and they can protect him all day. Well, his past has nothing to do with it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it does.
Are you
It
kidding me?
does.
So if you rob a bank today, it doesn't matter that you robbed a few liquor stores back when you were a teenager. That don't matter.
It matters. It matters
Come
to
on.
the court. Why not to
It
us?
matters. It shows character, and this man has a long rap sheet. He is just a career criminal, period. And he's gotten away with like everything. Now it's starting to come out, and that's something that for a while we couldn't figure out. Okay, if there was an accident, why would they cover it up?
Yeah.
Where's something? Clearly, in my mind, this baby has possibly seriously been buried somewhere, y'all. I mean, I'm just being real. It happens. So, and that's been my thought from like the first time Donald opened his mouth. But trying to figure out why they would cover this up or why they would have to get rid of the body or something like that. And the only thing we could come up with sexual abuse. Her body it was going to tell everything. Don has gotten away with this his whole life, and he cannot let this come out. I really think this whole cover up, this whole 2 months has been about him trying to keep a deep, dark family secret.
Mm-hmm.
But the shit's coming out.
I mean, but why would he hand us why would he hand us pedophiles when he's a pedophile himself?
Because he's
Because he has
also a
to cover
narcissist.
up. He has to
He's
cover up.
stupid.
He's
He
also a
wa-
narcissist, a big-headed narcissist. So he gets it twisted. The power makes him do dumb stuff.
He has
Just
to
like he
cover
keep
up.
talking. That's a narcissist. He won't shut up. He know he needs to shut up, but he thinks he can outsmart everybody, outtalk everybody, and ultimately win whatever this game is he's playing. That's what I think.
Maybe Candace told him, "You get out there and talk. You did this, so you fix it." I don't know. Candace was actually the last person with her allegedly. So,
Correct.
and
And grandma.
yep, and
Grandma
but
ain't
where's
also
grandma now though? That's what I want to know. And has she ever came out and said anything?
No.
She put a Facebook post out one time,
She
two
did what
times.
she
She
said.
wrote 2 Facebook posts. That was it.
And what did she say?
The first one was when she told us about the piece of candy. Because before
Okay.
that, we never heard about that. So she introduced that to the story that her son, Candus, and were out planting flowers, and she came to get the piece of candy. The second one was when her and Candus finally spoke up, and I can't even remember that one verbatim, but it was basically, man, it was like a paragraph. It wasn't really anything, but those are the only times she ever opened her mouth.
Okay, so then she's a part of the lie and the investigation. So why would she not be here? Why would they
I
allow her to
wish
go
I
off
knew.
somewhere?
I wish I knew, because she is
Is she
definitely
in
on
some
my
type of
radar.
protective custody? Did she turn over on them? What?
Man, listen, grandma damn near. Ooh, I got grandma pegged so high in this game. I don't know. I think she dirty too. So yeah, I figured that, Donna J. I'm a go. I don't like to support them either, but I'm gonna go and listen for that. I don't have a personal thing as far as them, but with Unmasked,
Yeah, let's
I'm
not say they names in here. I'm not trying to promote these people. I'm not.
with the ones on the screen. That
Yeah,
one, yeah,
don't
yeah.
type their
No,
names in the chat.
Yeah,
I can.
I don't know how true it is, but certain people are paying certain people to have these people come on their show. So I'm just wondering about that as well.
Correct. A lot of people are wondering about that too.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to believe it. Honestly, it's definitely a numbers game for some people. But
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I made it home to my charger, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this finish.
Okay, cool.
If y'all can hit me.
Is on his
All right.
and is very similar to, I know we're not doing Candus's statement, but in that media statement that she gave, she said she's trying to say how much, it bothers her that summer's gone, and she said it just smothers me. I'm like, where in the world did that come from? How did she pick that word out? Smothers me. And I was on high alert right then when I heard that. That is one of those words that a parent just wouldn't use when you're talking about your 5-year-old daughter being gone. So anyway, yeah, definitely. Those are words that give the thought process away.
Okay, here we go.
We tried and tried to make her sleep in her own bed, and she come to me with big tears in her eyes and said, "But Daddy, I want to sleep with you. I want to be with you." And I couldn't say no. Please couldn't.
Hmm.
You've been doing that.
You can't pass this up.
I'm not.
This is more of the sex abuse. This adds to the mountain of evidence that we're starting to build here. That we're seeing. He's building it. We're not. He's building it.
Exactly.
Just say SA for our viewers, because there are rules in YouTube. So
right on.
Careful. Yep.
Sounds good. So he says she'd come to me. Okay, so he says we've tried and tried to make her sleep in her own bed, and so when they say that they've tried, all right, tried and tried. He doubled up on it. His overemphasis that they've tried to make her sleep. It's good enough to just say we've tried over and over again to make her sleep in her own bed, but we've tried and tried. It takes away from it. And then he says, and she'd come to me. He's now, the onus is on Summer, okay, not him as the adult. The onus is on a 5-year-old girl. She'd come to me with big tears in her eyes, and then he quotes, "But Daddy, I want to sleep with you." Okay, I'd have felt a little better about that if he stopped right there. But now he says that he's quoting Summer still. I want to be with you, and that goes back. That is terminology that's more socially or closely associated with the SA. He says I couldn't say no. It puts the onus on Summer. It takes it off of him. Her fault. That is a typical profile of a groomer. It's never him. It's always her. They love me so much. And by the way, it's a sick, twisted love in their mind, but that's the way they see it. That it's a love affair, and it's all on them, and that he just couldn't say no.
Yep, and we know. Hold on. We know he feels that way because of what he said about his sister when he sat up there and admitted to a relationship with a 5-year-old or however old she was.
And you heard what he said, exactly what you said, love affair. The way he talked about that girl, he's stroking her hair and all that. It doesn't sound like a daddy talking about a daughter. Definitely not.
It really doesn't, and he don't even realize how creepy he sounds.
You really don't, Tama. She wants huggies and kissies. Girl, I damn near threw up. I was like, please stop saying that. Because I think he wasn't hugging and kissing the top part of his body. Like, I get crazy visuals with Donald. He's a disgusting dude. He is.
He looked disgusting. I'm going to let it finish.
Ready? Yeah, let's go.
For 5 years. Wow. Every night? Yes, sir.
Wow. Now, I thought that was an interesting correlation.
Yes, sir.
Because she's dropping 5 years. And his stepsister, it started at 5.
Yep.
And, it lasted 7 years. But this may be, his victimology here.
Right.
In his fantasy. So.
Absolutely.
I qualified him by saying, well, that's a bond. You know.
Yeah, that's a bond.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he bought it, and you know, I knew what you're doing there. I know what's probably going through your mind. You're probably thinking, wow, this dude's pretty sick. But you did the right thing, and you kept the integrity of the conversation, and you said that's a bond. And you're right, it is a bond. It was a bond. It's just a sick bond. It's a twisted bond. But you're right, it's a bond, and to him, it's a good thing. To us, we know that it's a sick and twisted thing.
Yeah, I mean, even if you know there's no connection to the disappearance of her hypothetically.
And I just want to say this too. This man got other kids before Summer. You mean to tell me out of all your kids, your wives and everything, this baby loved you more than anybody ever had? That's
Right.
a problem.
Super weird.
That's a big problem.
Okay. This is a problem.
Yes.
This is a major problem.
He repeat me.
And
I ain't even see this yet.
Your class, I'm sure your class will measure this out, but we'll get to that as we keep moving. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Wow. And so walk me through it. What time do you get up, and what do you remember last about seeing Summer? All I remember is when I woke up, is her feet foot being under me, kind of, I remember her being there, and I covered her up a little bit, or whatever, and left, and she slipped between me and that.
Because this is a kind of a long answer here, so I want to break this up a little bit. And again, and I'm going to try and stay out of the weeds of things.
He sure is.
I just want to point out how this built. This is coming out of his brain to his tongue, and he's building this for us, and we're just calling it the way that it is. I love the question you asked. What do you remember last about seeing Summer? And Chris, you referred last time to a very personal incident where you lost your son, and that time, that moment was frozen. It's locked in for you. Yep. Your last conversation with him is locked in for you. It's a very cherished memory, and all those last little.
And before he says something, I just want to say this because I had that experience myself. My cousin was murdered in 2004. She was my first cousin and my best friend. When I was told that Corey was killed, I could not comprehend that. I was like, who? Who you talking about? Like, it just did not make sense to me.
Right.
And so I can totally relate to what he's saying. I mean, this is my cousin, not my child.
That. Right. Huh? You don't just grab onto that.
Yes. No. Your mind just can't be wrapped around it,
Ms. V, I have a quick little story as well. I was the same way, like just in disbelief. I was in disbelief before I met my husband. Actually, probably over a year before I met my husband. I was talking to this guy, and I found out he had a head-on collision. When that brother called me and told me about it, I was like, stop playing on the daggone phone and get off my line. And no, he was dead serious. Dead serious. I could not believe it. I was like,
right. No so way. How can you? Nobody has told you she's gone. You don't know that she's gone allegedly, and you already accepting it and waiting for the resurrection. Boy, bye.
You don't even want to believe it. Even if you do believe it, you don't want to.
Exactly. You would never let those words come out of your mouth. Not no real parent.
That's all he ever said.
They talk about her like she's long gone. She's like and doesn't have a name because they kept saying her. She's
if H wasn't in this story, if H and Allie weren't in this story, I would swear to God that baby's been gone way longer than June 15th. Mm-hmm. But since they saw her that day, I can't take that from them. But the way they act,
I thought that same thing, Q. I thought that same thing.
Do you know how TikTok works, Q? A lot of people didn't understand how it works. You do know how it works, right?
You mean as far as when they upload it?
Yeah, when it uploads and it has that date, correct?
I do, yeah, but here's the
If you
thing, even without
repost, if you repost it another day, a month later, a year later, that day that you
hmm
posted, that's the day
hmm
it shows. So it could, if it was a year ago this happened, it would have still showed this that date of June 15th is when she posted it, is what I'm trying to is what
right,
I'm
that's why I said you can't, but we can't discount it because H, you know, he's a whole boy and
right.
he was there and everything. So that
Right.
part is
No,
like, God
I'm not
damn it.
saying, yeah, no, I'm not saying that that didn't happen that day, but I'm saying if it was something from the past, that video was from
hmm
the past, they could have added that on a year later and it would still show the date of the year later, not the year before, because it whatever day you reposted is the date that it shows on there.
Right, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were confused about that in the beginning with the dates and every. Well, they weren't confused. They were just curious. They wanted to really understand when did she post it? When did she take it? So I get what you're saying for sure.
Now, Q, what is your take on that picture in the car with Summer on the milk? What is your take on that?
Girl, see, you like to ask the hard hitting questions, don't you?
Yeah, because I want to know what you think.
Honest to God, I've always thought that Summer was not alive since the first time I saw that picture. Now I don't know if she's gone.
That's
I don't
what
know
you knew
if,
said too at
if
first.
I don't know if she's losing just unconscious. I don't know, but I don't feel any life in that picture. And I'm not a psychic or anything, not to down them. I'm just saying, from everything I've seen and all the crime scene photos that I've looked at voluntarily, it didn't look right to me from the first time I saw that picture. I don't feel any different to this day.
Yeah, same
Okay.
here. I agree with the not actually is she at first I was like maybe she's passed all the way, but then I think maybe she's actually on her way. But let me
She
tell you
could be
something.
unconscious. She could be unconscious.
She could
Yeah,
be
just
unconscious,
lifeless.
like
Just
lifeless, exactly.
yeah.
And this is what I want to tell you guys. And I did put it in your chat, Ms. V. I'm not gonna say which ones it was, but they did say three different ones now, not the same one, the three different ones live got on there with a little box thing saying that she had a sandwich with medicine in it. Three of them, not just one, not two, but three of them said the same thing, that the
Wait a
box
minute.
said that they had a sandwich with medicine in it. Remember they went to Sonic, they only had Slurpees?
Yeah.
They didn't get anything to eat, right?
Right.
What
Right.
ate
Right.
your daughter
What did
from
you?
that morning until that evening? Come on now, you gave her something, right? Is that what it is? I'm just saying. It's not 100%. Allegedly, it's not
Right.
100%.
Of
But that
course.
kind of made me go, what? Medicine
Wait.
sandwich?
Okay. That's I missed what you said about the sandwiches. Say it again for me.
Medicine sandwiches. Like she had a sandwich with medicine in it.
Oh, someone was saying that was a theory that
Drugged.
she could have
Like it
had.
was
Okay. Got it.
drugged. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah. No. That theory's out there. I mean, a lot of people have asked, could she have
Mm-hmm.
been drugged? And the answer is yes, of course, because none of us know. But
Mm-hmm.
then I have to ask myself immediately why. And that's where if I can't get a why, I got to go back like, well, damn, what else? And I don't know. I don't know no more than anybody else, girl, but I'm still at the swimming hole with an accident and then a cover up. My brain won't shift gears, and I never thought abduction ever.
Yeah. And then it could be that they had a sandwich with had something in it and she got a hold of it. I wonder if that could be another thing. She might have got a hold of something with the drug in it. I wonder.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
people
mean,
have speculated that.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say,
I
Miss B?
mean, yeah,
I was
could it
gonna say
happen?
I would be going more with the theory of using her to get money. Anytime it's been said that you tried to freaking sell your oldest child on a freaking
Right,
strip. I
Right.
right.
mean, come on, for
That's very
drugs.
true.
I'm not saying that the like it drug when they drugged or if she was drugged
Okay,
allegedly if she
changes.
was drugged that she was dead. I'm thinking she passed when she passed out they were able to pass her on to whoever they gonna pass her on to. That's what I'm talking about. If this is what's
It's a
going on,
possibility.
yeah. If she died
That's
from
another
it,
one that I can't wrap around. Like, why would you, how could you, especially if he's snuggling up every night, why would he voluntarily get rid of this baby? So for me, it's something else that had to happen. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? But I don't know. It could be any of those things because Don is a freaking pedophile. They ran with a dodgy crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it
Yep.
could really could be anything. This is crazy. She could be
And they
buried
got
right there on one of them 11 acres.
Yeah. Do you remember? Have you ever seen the construction video where Don was doing some work with some wood and some construction, and they had Summer on top of the wood, butt naked,
Oh
butt
God,
naked,
no.
with his
Mm-mm, I didn't see
the
that.
worker, with his coworker right there next to her. Like I
Jesus
was like,
Christ.
oh my God, you
See,
got to be
no, that
kidding
would
me,
slap the hell out of him. No, I didn't see
girl
that
or
one.
boy.
I
I was
heard
like,
about the nude ones, but I didn't search for them, and I didn't run up on no
I didn't
mods
search,
sent
but
me
you know
any.
where I saw it? I saw it on Candace's live, or not live, I'm sorry, Facebook, either Candace's or Dawn's. And what I
I
did is
believe
I blocked it with a black thing. I wasn't getting ready to show nothing like that.
that's
That's something I
crazy.
don't do. And I
That way,
blocked
I
her
mean,
body, but you could see her head still peeking out, and she's
eh,
standing on, bending like a dog position on the piece of wood.
yeah, she was always in very inappropriate positions, if you ask me.
I don't
They
understand.
always had her with her legs open and stuff. I mean, not that she was always in them, but they always
No,
took
no,
pictures of her in them.
right.
But
And then
she
she
was
was nude.
also always in leggings and stuff. I mean, she had on little skirts with leggings all the time too, and
Yeah.
clothes that was too big, dirt on her face, like
Hmm.
every picture. I mean, she's smiling in those pictures though, but with her little rotten tooth and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
wasn't taking care of those kids. But you
Yeah.
had all
Mm-mm.
them freaking dogs to feed. Like, come on, them dogs couldn't have been eaten.
So
They
I
better
have
be
one
eating
more
scraps
theory.
out there.
I have another theory. Okay, now let's just say they gave her medicine just to knock her out, right? But
Hmm.
she's so young and little. She's just little puny. She's so tiny. Like you can see her. She's like skin and bones.
Yeah, very
How
frail.
about that medicine was too strong for her body and she passed from it and they had to cover for whatever it is that they did?
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm totally with that. Accident to cover up, no matter what kind of accident it was.
It was
The
still
thing that
deliberate.
won't leave me is that we
I
know.
want to
Listen,
read this comment when y'all get done. Go ahead, Q.
well, I can't let go of the fact that the same day this baby vanishes, um, she also slips and goes underwater. And a lot of people want to discount that because it was said by H, the 15-year-old, but at the same time, it was said by a 15-year-old that really has nothing to gain in, or as Chris McDonald would say, has no dog in this fight. You know what I mean? There was no reason for him to make that up. And
Right.
I believe that it happened. The way he explained it, Candace and her mama and him were all over there looking at TikToks and shit. None of them were focused on her for a few minutes. And then he looks up and realizes, wait, I don't see Summer's head. And he runs into the water, grabs her up. She seems fine. Yeah. Changes, dry drowning. It is a possibility. And it could have happened later, or she could have actually drowned. We really never saw her leave that damn pond, period.
Right.
So
Okay.
anything between that pond and home is fair game.
Let
Right.
me read.
Go
I
ahead.
want to read
Go ahead.
WVP. So there are so many parallels between Summer and myself. Her grabbing herself, yeah, that picture bothered me. Wanting to be good for her daddy, clinging to adults. I was molested from 4 to 11 by my dad.
I'm so
Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
so sorry that
WV.
you went through that.
Sorry.
I
So
love your
sorry.
butterfly too. I love butterflies. I got a
Mm-mm-mm.
big one on my back. I'm so sorry you went through that, man.
I really am. And that's the thing. They exhibit the signs, and people that have paid attention to other people going through it, and people that have gone through it, they see this shit. And then you got
Yeah.
people over there promoting this guy and protecting this guy. Well, there's real people out here that have been hurt, just like this baby may have, and just like his sisters were. That shit's crazy. It's just crazy.
And
Yeah.
I want to say that.
Barbie said, yes, that picture has been all over the place. I can't believe no one has talked. Man, I did a video on that picture.
Yeah. We all talked
Yeah,
That
about it.
me
poor
too.
baby.
Yeah. We
Well, what
did.
it
Man.
is society is so sensitive right now. So what happened with that video? It gets shut down a lot because people literally don't want to hear that. They don't want to think that. But I thought that, so I did the same thing. I made a damn video. You don't like it, you don't watch it. But it is what it is, and it could be true. We
Exactly.
don't know. But that's why she hasn't heard about it. Everybody kind of was like, listen, there's Facebook groups now where you can't even post that picture because people say it looks
Oh,
like
I took
mhm.
that Barbie. She's talking about the one of her in the pool.
Oh, with the clothes on. Oh
No,
God.
I got that too, but I covered her little self up. Yeah, them men working all around her, this baby naked. You don't
I
have a problem
never
with that,
saw
dude?
that.
What?
Jesus.
I did a video on
Come
that.
on.
That's the one I said I blacked out her body and their heads just popped out. That's the one I'm
Yeah,
talking
okay. I'll watch y'all's videos because I never saw that picture, and I'm just more pissed off because they already were damn near soliciting her with the kind of pictures they took. But if you're letting her run around naked around these other pedophiles or definitely dope heads, Donald said he's working with these dope heads, and they could have been clean men. I don't care if they weren't dope heads, but good men wouldn't have even done that. They would have been like, "Yo, go put your daughter some clothes on." So they
Yeah.
had to be some dirt bags out there in the first place.
Mhm.
But you let her do this and now she's missing. It's still on you, bro. It's still on you. If she was abducted, it's still on you because of how y'all paraded her around and basically solicited her. You gave her away. You made her the appetizer. They came
Oh,
back for
that's
it.
the other part I wanted to mention on how sick he is. Like, I mean, he literally always throws Candace under the bus, and that's the other part.
Right.
He accused her, which she was putting her on social media, but he said, well, it
He
could be
did
from her
cheating.
being on Facebook. My wife will post her on Facebook all the time. That's another way he threw her under there.
So make this go viral. This is why he did that. Now, you might know Don has been a chameleon this whole time. I promise you. If you go back from the beginning, what he does, what they do, but he does it the most. He watches social media and whatever you say he didn't do or forgot to say, he gonna say it the next time. So
Yes, ma'am. I've seen it. Yep.
okay. So
I
you
said it
know
too.
that was one of them things right there that he did. He just said that because he was like, I need to say this. Yeah, I don't think it was genuine. I really don't.
You know, another
Wow.
thing I noticed about that family is every time I think they've been following social media, they hear things and then like they'll repeat things. They'll make it like as if it was their part of their story. Or like
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah. They
basically
never.
what she just said. They
Yeah.
actually would address it. Would they? Anything?
right,
Well, he'd be like, "Well, I shouldn't say that. They'll be
Yes,
all over
it
me."
would.
right. So
Calling
when
it
Hunter
out.
did the video, the interview, do you notice that he said all these different places they went to, but before that, Candace said they just went to the hospital,
Oh
Walgreens,
yeah.
the hole, and home. That's it.
We took him home and we
That's
went
it.
home. Yep.
That's it.
She lied. That's my whole point. If they started out lying, so therefore their whole story fell apart for me. There was no way to fix it. Period. It wasn't about them being traumatized and oh, they lost their daughter, so their memories kind of bullshit. These people lied to us from the jump because something ain't right about this story, which means they are complicit somehow. For me, 2 + 2 = 4. I don't have time to
Mhm.
be sugarcoating and playing blind over here when I can clearly see what's going on.
Yeah. Um.
There's something
Uh.
bad going on here. I don't know what they
Barbie
did to
says,
her or why.
yeah. Pink Barbie said, think about who took that photo. Okay, so if Don was in the picture and the guy was in the picture that he was working with, then the only person I could think of is Candace. Because remember, he said Candace comes with him to work.
Candace
But
took a lot of inappropriate pictures. I believe it.
and
That
she
makes
was
them all sick.
she's taking pictures of her like waist, like not waist up, but like chest up, where you can see her, female area. I'm not talking about that area, but that
Terrible.
the
Her
upper
breast.
area. And still, I
Okay.
feel like you don't post things like that, first of
No,
all,
you
and
don't.
you don't take it, let alone posting it. That's
So remember what I
disgusting.
said though. The both sides of the family are messed up, and I'm not being judgmental. I'm telling you straight up, based on records I've looked at and shared. This Candace's uncle, her mama's brother, committed 8 acts of incest. So she could definitely be just as much in the shit as Dawn. You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
think
So she could have took that video, of course. Yes.
it's not far fetched that they're together on this mess.
Not at all. How the hell did I said? How did they meet each other? Somebody said maybe in rehab because I was really trying to make sense of how do these two families find each other. I mean, it's just it's crazy.
I would love to know how they met because they both look like both dope heads. So
It might have been, at the D man's house. I don't know, but it's weird to me that they found each other based on their two backgrounds. It really, really is. Like if two doctors get married, you assume they probably met in medical school. You feel what I'm saying?
yes. So remember the video with Hunter, and he said that the dope man said it's done, right?
Yes, I'm working
Okay.
on that one right now. Yes.
Allegedly, this is what Hunter said. But
Yeah. Again,
put it
why
in
would he
who they
randomly
sold
make
her
that
to,
up?
because they were running out of money to buy some, drugs, and they sold them to the drug dealer.
Well, let Don tell it. Nobody does drugs.
Yeah, right.
He's clean as a whistle. I'm
Liar.
just saying. Okay. So then, if he's lying, there's another lie, which is more
I mean,
deception.
Don also said he don't drink, yet the boys got taken because he went on a drunken rage. He also
That
said
part.
that when he drinks, he won't drugs, so he just leave it all alone.
Okay. So yeah, he's a liar. I forgot. Yeah, I'm just
Right.
saying. You know
He
what I
said
mean?
he
He
doesn't
said
drink. He
that.
looks like an
Hey,
alcoholic.
welcome past the $40.
He looks like an alcoholic.
No, he really does. He looked like that in all the Facebook pictures I saw initially. I said I see abuse and alcoholism. That was the first thing, because you could tell by the eyes. He was
Yes.
really, really blazed in a few, not blazed, but
Yes.
faded in a lot of those pictures.
Yes.
But he trying to act like it was so long ago, but just in October was when he was hopping out the car, literally fell down because he was so drunk, and had the black powder pistol in the car, tripping on Jose. That wasn't that long ago either. So even if he hadn't had a drop since October, let's just say, because we know he just got drunk. But I mean, that don't stop acting like it's been you 30 years sober, or I mean, like you even trying to get sober, because one day sober is a big deal.
Here's Lover
But
Boy that
he ain't
everybody's defending here.
girl, not me, not ever, not one
He
day of
looked
his life.
on that picture. He looked like he couldn't even hold his head up. Look at his head. For its position.
He can't hold it up because there's too much guilt hanging on the top of that damn head. He can't hold that up. Don is full of shit and it stinks.
Yeah, it is. A lot
And
of
I
it.
hope those people pack up those channels and go home when he is done, because what are you going to talk about next?
Yep. I just
You're
want to know
muted.
why
You're
these
muted,
people.
MTGV, if you're talking.
No, I'm not. I'm about
Oh,
to go back to the interview. I was trying to find a picture of her in that pool or whatever it was. It looked like a pool, a makeshift pool with all the men standing around her and her
gee.
little butt bending over doing something in the
Oh
water.
my God. Yeah, if
The
you
Wait, you
stuff
find
talking
it,
I
about when
I'll
couldn't
watch.
find it.
Let me
you
see.
talking about when she was going over that like pole looking thing, like she's looking to the other side kind of thing?
No, she was like probably 2 years old in the pool naked.
Girl, okay, let me see, because you blocked it out and stuff too.
I
So
see.
yeah, let me see that so I can blast his ass. He is dead wrong and he
I
cannot do
didn't
that.
block it out. What I did, I put little faces on her little butt, and but you could still tell that she's naked. I didn't blur it or anything, but I
I heard
covered her
about
butt.
these. They've been all over Facebook, these pictures. I just never saw any of them, but I've been hearing, yeah, she was naked in this, or yeah, there's a couple of floating around, which is sad. I mean, period. What does this mean? Who does that? Seriously, who does that? You got what, 20 people watching right now. Please tell me which one of y'all is going to let your little 4 or 5 year old girl run around naked around strange ass men that your husband worked with. Find me
Not a
one in the chat.
girl, not a girl, and not a boy.
I would
Not
kick his
even.
ass and everybody there if I came home as a mom and saw that. You understand? I'm fighting grown men.
Same here.
And y'all all going to jail.
I
This is
feel you.
pedophilia.
And I'll
This is
poke their
that.
eyes out if they look. If I was the kind of person that did that, I would definitely poke their eye out.
And if mom was there, and again, let me say this for the record, Candus is not off my radar because you were one of the last people with her. So there's no way she's clear. No way. Because she still hasn't given a good enough damn story. That baby going into her own basement and then never being seen again just doesn't work for me. So she may be victimized by Dawn, but she's not a victim to me.
Now I want to hear this right quick. I'm on Wells' page. He posted this with a 40-second clip
Okay.
from the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
I think somebody posted that to him because it says everybody's still a suspect. But let's see if that's the one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
somebody named
Yes.
Pat Hayes.
Yeah, they
Tagged
trying to
him
let
in it.
him know, bro, we still on for you.
She's staying on his.
Oh, you already been on here, Q?
Girl, you know I'm all in the shit with it.
She's
Yes.
staying
I
on
read
his
it actually
Facebook.
last night. I read it. I read the transcript. He basically is saying, he said, okay, so this channel we're not gonna mention, they were hell bent on expressing the fact that the sheriff has said there's no person of interest, so basically Don's not a suspect. So the sheriff came back and blasted with that. Go ahead and play it so people can hear it. That's all I need to say. Where'd she go? You
Okay,
gonna play
I'm
it?
here. I had to change my layout a little bit.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
I didn't hear what he was saying. Hold on. That's too funny.
I love it. He said, well, yeah, y'all need to shut the hell up. That's what he told them.
Oh, this is where he said, if you ain't hear from us, basically. Wait, let's see.
Nuh-uh. This is where he says everybody's still a suspect or a
Okay,
person of
I'm
interest.
about to play it.
Okay.
Wait, okay. Why is it so weird today? Why is it weird?
We are still, as we speak, looking into information we're receiving, DBI information we're receiving from credible witnesses, and we're still being very active. It's ongoing, still very intense, and it's not cold at all. We are still being interfered with social media, and we're getting calls from my office. I'm sure DBI is getting it, and getting emails with people just concerned about things that's going on in social media and not true facts. It's plain and simple. If they don't hear it from me or the TBI, it's not true.
Oh, okay. This is when he said that. If you ain't hear from me, it ain't true.
Okay, that was a different one. I just saw his little bald head and thought it was it. No, girl, he has a newer one, and he's letting them know, yeah, everybody's still a suspect.
This video was posted by Pat Hayes an hour ago on Don's page.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I see
It's
it. Yeah.
the post is new, but the interview it's just
was
like a
3
day
days
old.
ago.
A couple days. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
But there's another one. If you want to get it from WJHL, I don't know if there's a video or if you have to read it, but it just says basically, yeah, everybody's a person of interest or suspect. What? How did he say it? Everyone's still a suspect or person of interest, however you want to call it. Because they were trying to basically clear Don, saying, hey, there is no person of interest, although everyone's still a suspect. No, you're trying to mix words here. Don is still a suspect. Let me just say it like that as well.
Okay, so here's a video. Oh, that's J for Justice on their page. Let's see what it says.
Welcome to J's for Justice from her home in the Beach Creek community. Amber Alert and multi-agency search and investigation. The case not only spreading far with agencies from all around this area involved, but also with interests from around the world.
That's old. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the interview because I want to hear some more of that. Give me a second, guys. Oh, okay. Pastor $40 said, MTGV, glad to see you using computer technology like your platform. Well, thank you.
It's a process. There's a lot of buttons and things behind the scenes. We got to get comfortable with everything, and you just keep getting better and better.
I'm using 2 cell phones. I've never used a computer.
Right now you're on 2 cell phones?
Mm-hmm. I've never used a computer.
I use my laptop and my phone. Okay, babe.
I am Miss V, crime reporter, website promoter. If you are interested in showcasing your website, hit me up in my DM on IG, and we can discuss all the details of showcasing your business, doing a commercial, and running it on my show. for a couple of months, as well as promoting you on other social media sites. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, DM me right now and type in the comments, I am interested. And let's talk. Let's talk about your business. Let's showcase your business. For great products and prices under $25, shop Quiche All Day Boutique at www.quichealldaycraftsboutiques.com. Exclusive new products that you will only see on my website at www.sayitwithchess.com. These products are made special by my mother, Keyline Designs. The hoodie blankie, the face mask, as well as the 4-in-1 African head wrap. Now the way it works, it is a reversible bonnet. It has a headband that you can wear alone. It has a matching face mask as well. Please be sure to go over to our website and check out these nice new products that you will not find anywhere else. Okay, guys, we are back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Hold on, I'm getting my dog together.
Okay, for some reason my thing wasn't moving, but it is now.
Ms. V,
Okay.
I have that video where everybody is a suspect. You want me to show it?
Yeah, go ahead and play that. How long is it?
A minute and 20.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to get back to this, so that's good.
All right, y'all ready?
Let's get it.
All right.
It has now been more than 8 weeks since the family of Hawkins County 5-year-old Summer Wells reported her missing.
Law enforcement wants the public to know their investigation into Summer's disappearance is still going on tonight. Summer Wells was reported missing by her family on the evening of June 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an Amber Alert the next day. For several weeks following, hundreds of rescue personnel performed a ground search in the immediate area near her Beach Creek community home in Hawkins County. While the search not as visible as before, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson today said that he and his officers have not given up on finding her.
I understand people's curiosity about where we're at in the case as far as investigation. I know people speculate, and I understand that. But they have to understand our number one goal from day one is to find Summer. And everybody's still a suspect. Person of interest, however you want to put it, and we're still very intensely looking into it.
Investigators are still hoping to hear from someone that may have a critical piece of information that leads them to Summer. You're asked to submit credible information by calling 1-800-TBI-FIND or email TBI@tn.com.
Can you play the first video they ever played about Summer? Barbie wanted to play that. And yeah, past the $40 out. When I created my channel, I was hell bent on learning how to do it from my Android because my thing was I realized that a lot of people don't do something because they're waiting. I gotta buy this, I gotta buy that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So I was like, you know what? I want to start it with what I have, and I don't want to spend a dime. And that's what I've done. I learned how to edit. I learned how to make, the commercials, the different things you see. And I'm winging it with 2 cell phones, 2 Androids. On top of that, I could never find videos on how to work it through Android because there's few videos on it. So I should be doing videos on how to. But my passion is crime, so that's what I'm doing.
Is she talking about when the parents first talk, or is she talking about the very first video when they say?
Yeah, let us know what video you're talking about, Barbie, Pink Barbie, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish letting this play.
All right.
I just want to point out how this builds. This is coming out of his brain to his tongue, and he's building this for us, and we're just calling it the way it is. I love the question you asked. What do you remember last about seeing Summer? And Chris, you referred last time to a very personal incident where you lost your son, and that time, that moment was frozen. It's locked in for you. Your last conversation with him is locked in for you. It's a very cherished memory, and you all those last little points, they're solid. You'll never leave your brain. And so you asked, what do you last remember about seeing Summer? He says, all I remember is, which tells me when I hear this, it's an indication there's more that I know. I know more than I want to tell you. When they say all I remember is, those last moments with Summer would be cherished memories.
Exactly.
He's not wanting to tell us that. So when they say that, it tells me he knows more than what he's wanting to tell us. So he says, all I remember, go ahead.
And he went intimate, skin to skin.
Yes, exactly. That's where it went. And that is so wrong. All I remember is when I woke up is her feet and her foot being under me, kind of, so Irene says, I remember being there, and I covered her up a little bit or whatever, and left. Now, what's going on here is another indication that there's missing information. He's leaving critical information out, and it is associated with, you nailed it, skin to skin, and he's lost in that moment right there. Her feet, and then he says her foot.
Which
Why
is
did
it?
he it's like he can't get out of that. Yeah.
Ooh.
What is it? Was it her feet or her foot? And for him, this is movement.
Wordplay.
Sometimes, when you're snuggling up next to someone and their feet are right there, and then there's a little bit of movement, then it's the foot. Chris, he's lost in the moment. He's lost in the moment right there.
And what's interesting here, he's not introducing Candus into this snuggle time.
Exactly, Chris.
Moms throughout the centuries have slept with their children.
Yeah.
And that's just a mother's
Except for this mom, my kids ain't never slept with me.
I've raised 4 kids, and I've had our kids come into the room, okay, but I've never slept with my daughter underneath me, or her underneath me, and 4 or 5 years, okay, every single night.
Every night, right?
Yeah, and if that doesn't concern people, okay, then you folks need to get checked, okay, because guys like me and Steve and others, okay, well,
Oh shoot, Q up here. I'm sorry, Q.
This is about a 5-year-old missing little girl, and this is very relevant to the big picture.
My fault, Q.
It's very relevant in my mind, to protect these babies, 100%. And the fact that, later on, and when he didn't know it, I had already interviewed his stepsister. And he would come in the room every single night while she was sleeping.
Okay, my battery died. I'm taking my pup out. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Is that your channel? Because I can't just play somebody else's video. Is that your video?
Which one?
No, I'm talking to Pink Barbie. She's asking us to play a video, but I don't know whose channel this is. And the only reason why I'm playing Chris's is because he gives permission.
Right, he does. What are you trying to look at? I might have some coverage on one of my videos.
She's
You're
trying
always
to
welcome to
she's
use
trying to
mine.
look for the first video reported of her walking away from the house. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um
If you go to my videos and or do you want me to email you the link and make it easier for you, babe? I can give you a link. You can use anything that I have that you want ever. But I do have one that starts from the beginning. It even has the post about the candy, everything they said in the beginning, for sure. It's called the Summer Wells Stories. If you want to go look for it in the Summer Wells playlist, or do you want me to send you a link for that before I take the pup out? I know, puppy. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Because it's silent on my side.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the answer to the question.
No, she was saying, oh, Miss Vicky, can you hear her?
yeah, what you say?
She wants to know if you want her to send you a link, or do you want to look up the Summer Wells story?
Oh no, I'ma just keep playing this because I want to get through it. I'm losing track of what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll be back.
But I might end up cutting this short because it's long as heck. But I talked too much in the beginning. That's the problem. Let me finish this.
And so the fact that
Thank you, 40.
In this conversation, in my opinion, is a huge red flag, and that is a bingo card for 50.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm gonna double that one right there.
But it's funny you asked that, Pink Barbie, because that is the video. I already told people in the beginning to go watch Queen and John Q. They did a video this morning talking about that. The lie that they told in the beginning, that 911 call when Don said that Candus had went on a run and she was not at home. When she came back, the baby was missing. That's a whole nother narrative of what they saying. That was on a dispatch call. Ain't nobody talking about that.
I have
So,
a 8.47-minute video with the first video when they did a conference about it. The first conference on the 16th of June.
oh wow. Okay, well maybe we'll get to that. I don't know if that's the part where they said that she walked away from the house. Can you listen to it a little bit without us hearing it?
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna finish playing this. Thank you.
So we had 100 the other night and another 100 tonight. Yeah. Joe, we're almost getting to 1,000. Yeah. All right, so
okay, Pink Barbie.
There, and I covered her up a little bit or whatever and left.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah. It's not. So it's something else. It's or whatever. It's missing information. He didn't say I covered her up and went to work. No. My brain is paused at that point of departure. I covered her up a little bit or whatever. That's something else, Chris, that he's not wanting to tell us. His brain is paused there and left instead of saying moving forward I went to work. So it's not what he's trying to. He wants you to interpret. He wants you to interpret that he covered her up and went to work, but that's not what happened. There was something else that went on there, and he just doesn't want to tell you.
Boy, he breaking him down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put something out in the environment tonight. Okay, and we'll see how many people take it.
You're welcome.
I kick myself that I didn't ask him what was she wearing. Okay? I made a mistake. Okay? But I'm gonna make a prediction right now. He's gonna tell us what she was wearing after tonight. My friends are gonna tell us what she was wearing.
Yep, because they listen.
But nobody knows what she was wearing other than him at whatever time he left in the morning. Okay? So I can't wait for that to come into play here. Okay, and then when you guys see that, okay, then you make a determination on whether or not that sounds, like problematic. All right, I'm going to keep moving for the sake of time.
Let's do it.
Every night, you know. Right.
I mean, every night. I mean, why pick every night? I mean, Steve.
Well, why say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's his reality, and for him, it's not a negative thing. For him, it's the normal thing. And speaking of normal, he does a lot of that. He normalizes a lot within his language, and is, in fact, we're going to have that coming up here just in the next sentence or two. He's going to say it was I went to work, just a normal day. When they do that, what that means is they want you to believe that because that is the norm, that nothing else occurred that was not normal for every other day, or that it was a normal circumstance. It's an indication to us that it was anything but the norm. It allows them to withhold what actually was occurring that day by saying it was just a normal day, and people buy it, and you shouldn't buy it. Well, tell me exactly, describe that for me. Describe that in detail. And, that's going to be a different story because it's not the norm. Okay? Now, if you say describe in detail, and then they start describing in present tense, well, this is what we normally do. I don't know. No. Describe what you did.
Welcome back, Q.
Past tense. And
Girl, I'm gonna get it together, okay?
with him being psychologically in the statement. And so anyway, that's another lesson, another time, but he's going to normalize a lot of things here.
Okay, and what I've also found interesting, Steve, the correlation when I asked his stepsister how often would this happen, her answer every night. Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
That's his methodology. That's who he is.
Yep.
And it's playing out here.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
Just went to work normal day. Luckily, I guess, but a couple of guys I talked to that day, and the big boss sent me that day, knows where I was. And it was at 40 minutes after Jamie left. From we sit there and talk for 30 minutes, just sit there and talk, after he left. Okay, Jamie's he's another finisher that was working out here. Got it. So you leave the house, and what car do you take that day? I forget. I had the Subaru that day. Okay, yeah. Why didn't you take your truck that day? People are going to ask. Well, because the car was just sitting there in a paint.
Ain't it just sitting there every day?
He was, $600 plus the insurance, it's just sitting there. And I thought, well, I might as well get some use out of it. And I threw all my tools in there and started driving it for a little while. Just because,
That just doesn't fly. Like I said, if you've ever done drywall work,
I like Steve.
That is a messy job, and there's that drywall dust, and the mud is it's everywhere. And take a brand new car.
Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that side. And here's the reason why. Okay? Hypothetically, if this is an alibi, of course people are going to see him.
He's in a different car, huh? A new car.
They're going to say, dude, what are you doing here at work? Because what's interesting is he talks about it towards the end of the day when he runs into Jamie, his coworker.
Yeah.
And they sat there chatting it up. And at some point his boss comes over. Well, I don't think his boss, he's the team lead.
He could have been gone all day.
Crew. So either he went to where his boss was, or his boss came to him and just, accidentally ran into him. Something was, the universe on schedule here, but
right.
So I'm not gonna, personally, I hear where you're going, and I agree with you. Okay, but I'm just kind of thinking outside of the box, another, another step, which, obviously you and I do quite effectively here, right? But what if, the dastardly deed has already occurred? And, back to that theory, and it's just a theory. The cell pings, I think you and I would both agree, are going to tie this together pretty rapidly.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, and so, go ahead.
I think that I'm right along those same lines with you, that there's a reason that he took that car. I'm just saying the reason that he's giving, because it's just sitting there and he's paying $600 a month plus insurance. That's not a good reason. There's another reason for it. It's ultra sensitive to him, and he has to explain why he's doing that. And he's right on the money. He's alibi building by talking to Jamie, and he says, luckily, there's the LY word. I guess a couple of guys I talked to that day, and the big boss seen me that day, knows where I was. So he's saying the boss seen him, but you're right. He didn't say the boss came to that job. Maybe he drove to the boss. He's not saying how that all played out, but I do know that came in conjunction with him describing a normal day. And when he does that, the red flags go up. I'm like, oh, what's he gonna tell me that was his normal day? Why is that so sensitive? Instead of just telling me, hey, I went to work, I did this and this and this. I talked to my boss, I talked to Davey. This is how my day played out. Give me a play-by-play of that day. If that is important to you, and he's been questioned over and over, so he knows that he needs an alibi for that day. He needs an account for his time, and what he's doing here is still leaving.
So, with that being said, could he have just driven the car so he could be more noticed? It's a brand new car. I think it's red, right?
Yeah, the one he supposedly had bought Candus.
Right. So, I mean, he's been paying $600 a month and insurance any other day. Why did he pick this particular day that the baby went missing? 5-year-old Summer went missing.
Exactly.
And I ain't never drove the car before. That's a red flag.
Yes, it is.
Right. Why would you take a brand new car to a construction area when you got a truck? Come on now.
No way. No way. Did you see his clothes? He is covered in drywall and paint. There's no way you want to get in your nice new $600 a month car. Because clearly the interest rate is through the roof, because it shouldn't even be no $600 a month for a Subaru, but whatever. But you wouldn't do that.
I mean, it is if you get it from a buy here, pay here, and you got horrible freaking credit.
That's what I'm saying. Right. There had to be something like that. But you still, even more of a reason why you don't want paint all in the damn interior.
Pastor $40 said, y'all make me happy. Women caring about kids. I'm from the Manosphere, but this is a good building, ladies. Thank you. And all Manosphere guys ain't bad. I got a couple buddies over there. And I thank you for coming over here and acknowledging that. Yeah, we love the kids over here, and we cover crime. That's what we do.
I never heard of minister, but yeah, and we got to do it together. I mean, it's all about love. How you gonna help somebody when you can't love each other? Like that don't even work out.
Hey, I'm all about that, Q. I'm all about that, and that's why I don't know your view on everything, because anytime I come in your chat, I always speak to you.
Yes, you do.
Your lives are so long, girl. Look, she was knocked out on that last live. I was cracking up.
Girl, I tell them, like, okay, I'm gonna put this playlist on. You know what it is? They enjoy the environment so much. The content is part of it too, but it's just people feeling like they can continue to chop it up about all this stuff we're showing them in a place where they don't feel threatened, they don't feel attacked.
I know. I love the vibe. It is a cool vibe in there, and she will have like 100 people just hanging out with her or more all night, y'all.
It depends.
Into the morning.
They will stay.
That's dedication, honey. I love that.
I do.
Okay,
too.
I'm gonna keep playing. You knew.
And I don't. Yeah.
Go ahead, Q.
Oh no, I thought you said am I new, but you were talking to you new. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, okay. Did you find that timestamp in the video?
Every video that I see is from the 16th of June until now. They don't have. I have not seen any for 15th of June.
Okay. Can you find? I don't know if she's still here. Yeah, she's still here. Um, can you type that channel again, or is it still up there? And just go to the channel. She said it's just the video, but look at it first, because I don't want to play
Okay.
nobody's intro or anything like that. And I think she said something about 225. Maybe that's how long it is.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna keep playing this.
Counted a lot of time. All he's accounting for here is 30, 40 minutes when he's talking to Jamie. What about all the other time? He left all that out, and that's very important. There's a reason why he left it out. He can't account for
Hey,
it.
Alice, welcome. How you feeling
30,
today?
40 minutes when he's talking to Jamie, and sometime in
Hope
there,
you got your
he's not
rest.
seeing him. That's it.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, okay, you speaking. Thank you for streaming. Never heard about this. And this is sad. Really, Buddha? Oh man, it really is. I have a playlist of Summer Wells as well if you want to click on a playlist and just watch that stuff that I have, and then you could Google her name. It's all over. This is like the biggest missing investigation I ever seen as far as the amount of agencies that was out there on the case. Last number I heard was 109 different agencies. That's thousands of people out there looking for her
Yeah,
because
it
they
got up to
lived on.
about 120, I think.
Did it really?
Yeah, it got up there. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep playing it.
The other time, he left it all out, and that's the point here. That's why the car is so sensitive, because I agree with you. He took that car, but there's a reason why he did it, and you're right. Maybe it's because it stands out like a sore thumb. They wanted to see him.
There you go.
Who knows? We don't know that. There's a multitude of scenarios as to why that car was important to take, but just because it's sitting there and he's spending $600 a month, no, that's not it. It goes in conjunction with him having to create this alibi. That's what it is.
To cover his ass.
I'm tracking you on that.
What'd you say, Q?
Yeah, because
I was just helping him find the words to cover his ass. That's what he was doing.
That's it. That's all he was doing.
the day
CYO.
that all of a sudden
I found it.
from a Subaru.
You got it? Okay, we'll play it later.
And he does say later on,
Not yet.
I wish I would have asked him what she was wearing that morning, because later, he makes the comment, she was wearing her, her kindergarten outfit, right, or her first day of school outfit. And so, and we'll get into that, but I thought that was kind of pretty unique in of itself, but I want to hear what you're going to weigh in on that. So I'm going to keep moving. You good?
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So you take the truck, or the car. How far away is your job? What are you doing?
It is 45 minutes away in Jonesboro.
All right.
Yeah.
And then what time do you get there? Do you remember?
I probably went and had some breakfast, somewhere, whatever, I don't remember for sure. No, I don't.
Okay. What time do you call Candus, if you remember? I'm just trying to figure out the timeline and the window.
I'm trying to think. I'd say, maybe 3 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure that.
Now, construction workers typically work 7 to 3. 7 a.m. to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, typically. And by the way, for the record, before I was a policeman, I was a carpenter, and I had a journeyman's card. So I built commercials and houses, since 1977, quite frankly. But so I understood the mentality of what he was talking about. And that's when he was talking about getting off his steel, which is his stilts, mixing his mud, which is the drywall mud. So he doesn't know that part of my life. So I'm going to keep moving. Sorry.
Perfect.
Well, because he says in here, maybe 3 o'clock or something like that. And that's when he calls.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would be when he's getting off work. It's something like that, and I could see that happening. It's he could call Candus on a break or something, but
welcome,
right,
sir.
3 o'clock is typically the time they would get off, and it depends on I guess the job that his relationship with his boss or the setup that they have. If he can work as late as he wants, to get a job done or something, I don't know, but I do know that he is not accounting for his time that day, and he's it's possible he doesn't remember the time, but there's something significant about the time because he really goes into that. I think he did it earlier when he was talking about the time that he arrived at the house, and he just goes on and on about this timing thing and how the police have it wrong, and he was the first one there, and he beat the police there, and that's not true. He didn't beat the police there, but so this timing thing for him is key, and typically when they started employing this extra emphasis on the timing, it's because it's key for the story to work to play out.
You hit me on Cash App?
To be gone. That's key for the story. So anyway, timing is always an issue.
Unless she's doing piece
well, thank you. If you're talking about, I guess you're talking about me. I'm gonna have to look.
Could work earlier. Those guys can even work late into the evening. But typically it's a 7 to 3 kind of game.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to keep moving.
Keep going.
And where was she when you called her? Do you know? So I think she said she was either at Walgreens or headed to the lake. I can't remember. But that's why I thought, well, I might as well just stay at work because, it's just another day. Yeah, emphasis.
Thank you too for liking my commercial.
What was the first thing that came to your
You're
mind?
doing amazing. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And I says, well, just in case, hang up and call 911. And I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was 5:30. But
wow.
you told me it's police.
So I jumped over.
And I gotta say this why I'm thinking about it. Past the $40 just made me think about it. I got a couple Cash Apps. One from Alice. Thank you, Alice. Thank you. I appreciate the Cash App from you, and also Mom's Fur Babies. She sent me a Cash App as well. I think past the $40 sent me a Cash App. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you.
That's from all that grinding, girl.
Timeline. So, what's your read on that one?
Well, first of all, he didn't answer your question.
I know.
He avoided or deflected the question. Your question was, what's the first thing that when you got the call, meaning from Candus, what was the first thing that came to your mind? And he didn't answer. He said, well, she called frantic, panicking. So he's now saying, well, she was panicking, and now he's going to slow down the statement and tell you exactly what he said. Well, just in case, hang up and call 911. He didn't have to say that. He didn't. Why the need to tell us exactly what he told Candus? He asked the question, and he's not doing that. So we call this he's slowing down the pace. Meaning, I don't want to get to that answer. So I'm going to tell you all this little detail that is true, so I don't have to get to the point where I have to manufacture something or be deceptive about something. That's stressful. I don't want.
And I feel like they leaving out details for a reason too, because they don't want to have to remember it. You know what I'm saying? They so stupid though. Like, I've never seen a case like this where the the most suspect people are doing all of this talking. And we know in the beginning, Candus wasn't saying nothing. It's been Don from day one. And he ain't stopped talking yet. He going on all kind of YouTubers channels talking. He posting stuff. I went on his page. He's posting stuff about Chris. He called him McDummy. And I know he talking about him because his name I can't say it. McDonald, I think, or something like that.
And
Yeah,
the reason why
McDonough.
Huh?
he's talking crap about it, he said because he made his video look like a Jerry Springer show. That's why he mad.
But he's the one that's doing that though. Nobody is asking him to keep. Well, they are asking him, but he ain't got to keep talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stupid. But I'm glad because
Nobody is painting,
huh?
and nobody's painting a picture. We just looking at what he's saying and basing our speculations and judgment off that. He's trying to make it like Chris is twisting his words and creating a character. This is straight up what Don is telling us that we're getting our ideas from.
Yeah, right. And he think he's so smart, but he's so stupid. And I mean, the more he talk, the more he digs himself a hole. Now they got so many different interviews they can use to compare. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, and then Trezell and Jacqueline West is the exact opposite. They ain't saying nothing. Nothing. She didn't call 911. He did.
Yeah, Jacqueline and Trezell, no, they better shut up.
Right.
He says, I thought it was 5:30, but they keep telling me it's another time. And that's what 911 says. But be honest with you.
Wait a minute.
I don't trust the police.
Oh.
He's telling us he doesn't trust the
said
police. Yet, how does that play? And he just told.
He don't trust the police, but he talking to a police voluntarily. Anyway.
Candus to call the police. And, you know, there's some discrepancy. And then look what happened. Oh, go on, because that's as far as we got. So there's more here.
And we showed them all that information on our phones because they wanted to know. They wanted to know the timeline, so we showed it right then. When I got there, they wanted to know all that. So they wrote it down.
All right. So again, still hasn't answered the question. What was the first thing that came to your mind? And so he goes off on this little tangent, talks about the time. I thought it was 5:30. And that's what 911 says, but be honest with you. And typically when they say, but to be honest with you, it's an indication that he hasn't been honest. And you know that from years of.
But you know what? I can't agree with everything he's saying, of course, because I say to be honest all the time, and I'm not a liar. I say it all the time. So that's not always true.
And you know what? You gotta remember with the forensic analysis, they're giving that opinion based on like get away his character and things like that too. So it's not for everybody.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Even what they know about this guy.
Yeah, he's spot on with him. I agree with that. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, y'all hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
When we hear that, it's like, oh, okay, here we go. So what haven't you been honest about? And he says, this came out of the blue, Chris. This phone thing, it had nothing to do with your question. It really had nothing to do with what he was saying before this. It came out of the blue. And so what it is it's a narrative that he had to get in somewhere. He had to get it in, and it's just like, let me just throw this in because this is something I really want you to know. And it's okay if it's contextual and helps us find Summer. I'm not so sure that this is. He said, we showed them all the information on our phones. They wanted to know the timelines, and we showed them right then when I got there wanted to know all that, and they wrote it all down.
Okay, you knew.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you play that video now?
Yeah, give me
I'm
one
gonna go
second.
to a quick. I'm gonna
Okay,
go to a quick commercial while you get it together. Hold on, y'all.
all right.
Omari Nicholson, this is for you. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark cold hotel room, and the endlessness you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silence reveal. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. Rest in heaven, Amari. We all love you.
Yes, guy. We are still on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, excellent. I love your commercials.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
My pleasure.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. And
Photo of Summer released from authorities tonight. She's described as being 4 foot tall with blonde hair. We've learned she was last seen around 7 o'clock tonight. Again, you're looking at a couple of images of Summer that were shared by local authorities who tonight are involved in that search.
Yeah, again, the search is underway. This is in the Beach Creek community in the area of Ben Hill Road and Beach Creek Road. This is in Hawkins County. Tonight, crews are searching on the ground. Helicopters are scanning overhead. We are told that police have blocked off roadways in that area in order for them to do a comprehensive search.
That's right. Earlier tonight, around 7 o'clock, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson says this 4-year-old little girl named Summer Wells, and maybe we can show you the photo of her again here in just a moment. She was last seen walking away from her home on Ben Hill Road.
And that was the last she was seen. And now we know that a massive search is underway, not only a search on the ground with authorities from Hawkins County, rescue squad and personnel, local volunteer fire departments, but also THP, we hear, is in the air tonight looking for the little girl in that area. Big search underway.
Yeah, she really needs to be found. Obviously, she was last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray shorts, and we were told that she was seen walking from her home on that road.
Bianca Moray tonight is in Hawkins County with the latest on the search.
Tonight, emergency crews from around Hawkins County have converged on this rural community near Church Hill. They're looking for 4-year-old Summer Wells. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said she was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road off Beach Creek Road, not far from here, around 7 tonight. She was last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray shorts. Earlier tonight, I saw a deputy searching vehicles off Beach Creek Road. Hawkins County deputies and first responders are searching on the ground. THP and medical helicopters are in the air. We're told a command post has been established, and we're at a Baptist church on Beach Creek Road, where we're told information will be released as soon as it's available.
I'm making this quick video because it has been 1 month since joining.
That's it.
Okay, so like I said in the beginning, I'm going to say again that they said that Amari was found in a dumpster on the news, and he was not. They also said Terrell Rhodes shot the cops, and that wasn't true. And they just said Summer was 4 years old and that she was last seen walking away from the house. The dispatch call said that Candus was on a run. So she was supposed to be the one away from the house, and then they made a correction from that 4-year-old and said that she was 5. So this is my first time hearing that too. What about you, Q?
That they were messing up on the age?
No, that she was Summer was seen walking away from the house. Who said that?
First time.
I heard that from the jump. That's what they actually released with the Amber Alert. And then it turned into Candus taking a run. And then it turned into them and the candy and the flowers and the basement. So all of a sudden she was no longer outside the home. Candus wasn't on a run. Summer just went in the house into her basement and was never seen again. That was the final story.
No, the final story was Candace talking to Chris, talking about the boys was with her when she seen Summer into the house.
That's a part of the basement story. She watched Summer go into the house. She came in, and about 2 minutes later, she went in the house. The boys said that Summer went down to the basement. She went down to the basement, and Summer was gone. So all of that's the same story.
Okay, and not to mention the fact that the boys were playing on the TV. They was playing a game or they was watching YouTube or something.
Mm-hmm.
She went in and washed her hands. She left for 2 minutes and came back and said, where's Summer?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, why would you watch her walk into the house and wash your hands and do all that and go back outside and then come back in 2 minutes? Why would you come back in 2 minutes? She just went in the house.
She's full of crap.
It don't even make sense. Okay, I'm gonna finish playing this.
Where did that come from? That tells me that what is on their phones is uber sensitive.
Yeah, critical.
Yeah.
Not only that, he says when I got there, I thought he was the first one there.
That's true. And he contradicted himself again. So he just said I wasn't. He just told you very good that he wasn't the first one there.
Thank you, Cisco, for being here and supporting.
I'm listening to the.
I don't want to. You said you were there talking to him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he makes it. He emphasizes, look, that they weren't there. So I went down to the bottom of the hill, looked around, and we did all the searching. And then now it sounds like the cops were there, because that's the first thing he did was give them their phones. Because I know as an investigator, first thing I would, if all the red flags are up and I've had 15 or 20 minutes to listen and get debriefed by the team that's already there, okay, i.e. the search and rescue, the sheriffs, everybody that gets there, and you know how we circle up and everybody goes, keep an eye over here, right? And, you know, game on. It's kind of like Christopher Watch when the body camera, the cop just stood there and let him do his thing.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, yeah, it was. So this is the same principle. And so when he said that, he said, look, you know, I was furious because I was the first one there. I beat everybody. I beat the cops. I beat the search and rescue. Yeah. So basically what he said was it was me, Candus, Grandma, and the kids all searching for the baby. Well, you and I both know the moment that 911 call came in, and it's online.
I want to say this too. On that dispatch call, they also said that Don was at work an hour away, but he want us to believe he made it in what, 30 minutes?
That's correct.
Okay.
Those guys did such a fantastic job of immediately putting into play all of the resources before even going on scene, just in case. Because you and I both know, you get 3 hours for a missing child. And these guys, you know, I think he's one of the guys, I can't remember what the call sign or what the signal sign was, but I think it was like something like 302. And then maybe that went back to the watch commander or to the lieutenant or whoever, the sheriff even, you know, for him to say, look, you know, let's get this thing moving. This is a missing 5-year-old. And when he said that, I thought, okay, we'll just put that up on the board. All right, I'm going to keep going, brother.
You know, hold on a second, just a couple things.
Yep.
You know, he's
right,
up his
Tina.
timeline, and what he's doing now to cover for that is he's casting blame.
And I'm going to have to go soon, too, because I feel bad because both Jennifer Nobles and Keish all day messaged me because they did. I'm sure they not live anymore, but I was supposed to stream their live. So I'm going to get off of here and come back with that because they're doing like a book bag drive and giving away like supplies for the kids. And as well as her husband is also doing something for Sincere and Classic. So I'm going to end this in probably about 10 minutes.
Awesome. Cool.
I think that's why he went to that phone thing.
Because it's a whole nother hour for this, y'all.
Yeah, and they're not done. They're going to finish up Sunday, hopefully, maybe.
Right. No, it's going to be tonight at 8.
Oh, did he move it?
I thought I seen tonight at 8. Maybe. I think so.
It. I just saw it during the live. They were talking about Sunday. Oh, let me check. Thank you.
I see that it's set up. I could be wrong on a date, but I did see 8 o'clock. I just assumed it was today. So I'm gonna finish. This.
Maybe we passed it. I can't remember anymore, Chris. The information magically disappeared from the phones. He's casting this blame on the police, and you mentioned something about, or you referred back to him being when he said he was the first on the scene. And if you remember, he said that he went straight to the shed. He went straight down there to the shed, and Chris, and there was a lot of verbiage there about what he did when he first got there, and that he beat the cops and everybody there. And what he was doing, he was linguistically controlling the scene. It's pretty amazing when you look at it. He's controlling what's going on there in his mind. You know, linguistically, he's letting us know that he's trying to control that. There's something about that shed because he repeats that shed over and over and over and over. And I don't know if that was a place where Summer was for a short period of time and then moved, or that's something happened to her there. Maybe he had a stash of drugs in the shed and he wanted to make sure that those were gone. I don't know what it was, but there's something significant about that shed. And I'll tell you this also, he inferred that he was looking for Summer, but he never said it. All he did is say, I yelled at I screamed at the top of my lungs for her. That's what he did. Well, why would you do that if you already know that she's gone and she's off the property? There's so many things that are wrong with that, and he's trying to linguistically keep it together, but he actually gave away that he pointed to where the investigators should focus their efforts, and probably the search on the property should probably focus right around that area. He's trying to move them. He's trying to move the investigators off the property, and I think that's a clue too.
Yeah, and you know, right? I mean, I don't know what's in that shed or what the total relevance. Yeah. The fact that he offered it, you know, and I know that they've been, you know, up and down that property, you know, with 1,000 guys. So let's pray that, you know, if they did find something, they're certainly not going to tell us. And, right. So, yeah. Which is a great thing. So we don't know right now. But I love where you're going with that. I think, you know, you're 100% on target here. So I'm going to keep moving.
Keep moving.
And when you got there, do you remember what time you arrived? I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. I was on Messenger with Candus, and she was driving her mother's truck around looking for her in the area. Okay. So I talked to her the whole way there, and it's really kind of weird that I was able to talk all the way there, because normally we don't have connection like that. Right. So hey, let's call out an audible here, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he said when I didn't get a call back from Candus? I knew at that point, I don't remember his exact words, but I knew right then that she was gone. He said earlier
he was on Messenger
didn't get a
with
call
him.
back from Candus, and so he's driving home as fast as he can, which reminded me of the Barry Morphew thing, and convincing us what the urgency that he had there. But now he's telling us, well, I was on Facebook Messenger with her the whole time. That's it.
And the next sentence, he say something else.
So, okay.
What an
so
idiot.
Maybe he told me that he told you the truth. Excuse me, that he didn't get a call back was because he's on Facebook Messenger with her.
What?
The whole way. The whole way. So they're communicating the whole way. So.
Are you serious, y'all? Seriously. And this is the kind of contradictions he's been doing the whole time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And still
you played this already, Q?
Girl, I was there live. We streamed it live. I had to be, girl.
Did you play it on your channel too?
Mm-hmm. We streamed it live at the same time. I streamed his live.
Oh, okay.
So we could talk about it in the chat room, because he's got like 15,000 people in that chat room, so people can't really talk,
Mm-hmm. They not noticed.
Right, and they want to be in there and chit chat. So I stream it and react all at once, and I'm gonna be there. That's why I got to double check the time. What is tonight?
Is it tomorrow or tonight?
I didn't even check that, girl. I'm over here murdering a salad that I got from Olive.
Oh. Okay, let me play a few more minutes.
It is tomorrow at 7.
It's tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow at 7 on the 15th. Today's the 14th.
Okay.
Both of them. One of them is not true. So, yeah. And there's another thing. It's really kind of weird that we was able to talk all the way there, because normally we don't have a connection like that. This day, he says they had connection like that. So, Chris,
yeah, and that was
normally he don't drive her car, but he did, and normally they don't have connection, but they did. Normally the dog's at the house, but they wasn't. Come on, dude.
One of the reasons she had to switch phones to call 911 because she had Verizon and she had to get the AT&T phone. Right? So the phone is still we need to keep it up on the board, Steve, because that in of itself is you've nailed again something I think.
So that and the fact that he said that they got their phones back, and both of these guys are cops, and they said that they should not have gotten those phones back. So that's why would he lie to some cops about some cop stuff? Like, come on.
Once again, he's a narcissist. These guys think they can outsmart anybody.
That's crazy. They like if they had those phones back, whoever gave them back should be in some criminal homicide 101 or something, he said.
Right. Yeah, like basically go back to training.
Girl, stop.
Because it don't happen.
Take a harder look at outside. So I'm gonna keep going.
All right, let's go.
And what was she driving? Even he thought it was odd. It's kind of weird. You know,
and I believe him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, we were talking to each other. That's weird. Okay.
Brother's truck.
The Chevy, the Silverado?
Yeah.
And what was Grandma doing when you showed up?
I don't even know what she was doing. I think talking to the police and probably just standing there looking at whatever, I don't know.
And what were the boys doing?
Looking for Summer, and then until the police started arriving, and they, bottlenecked all the roads, nobody could move. So they was sensitive.
So, when he got there, right? When Grandma did, and what was Grandma doing? I don't even know what she was doing. I think talking to the police and probably just standing there. And then he says, and then all the police started arriving. So there's cops there again.
Yeah, again.
And there's more cops coming. Yeah, he gave it up right there.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it. Okay.
And here's another little thing too, is that as you get deeper into this language, earlier in this statement, he made some comments about the stress he was feeling. He is feeling stressed about trying to escape his property, trying to get out, but yet he doesn't. He just kind of goes willy-nilly. He just wants to go here and look here and there. He didn't even really look for Summer. The stress is not about Summer. The stress is about him getting off the property, and it's like this guy feeling like, I gotta escape from here. I gotta get out of here. And instead of, I'm gonna look all over my property for my little girl that's missing, that's not what it's about. And the interesting thing too here is that he's blaming he says that his boys were in a state of confusion and panic. And then the reason they were in a state of
Yes, Cisco. I was so happy that you met up with Keish because you was on my live and you said you were gonna go buy some chocolates, man. I really appreciate that. And I didn't know you got a banner. I was thinking about getting a banner because I could just hang it on my wall. And have it behind me when I go live and stuff, and let the world see.
confusion and panic is because all the roads were bottlenecked and they couldn't move. Chris, that's
Alice, I don't know if anybody investigated that shit, but I know they sure talked about it because Chris said that, I guess I didn't hear it. I just heard that Don was upset about the shed thing and Chris accusing him of hiding in there. But I don't know if there's any investigation. Well, I would think when they did the property, they would have investigated that back then. What you know about that, Q?
We don't know anything about what exactly they investigated. They haven't told us. But again, like you said, we have to assume with all those agencies that they did. But I can't say that they did. We can't.
Okay.
an indication to me that there's stress in his language. It's stress because he can't get out. He can't get out. He can't get away. And I'm leaning heavily towards guilty knowledge here of some type. I'm not saying that I'm just saying he has guilty knowledge, and I'll just leave it at that. But and he wants to. They don't like to stay in that same on scene where they know that potentially there's evidence that maybe something happened there. They like to get away, and so that's the stress that he's feeling right here.
Well, and it's going to be an interesting listen to those 911 calls. So let's think through that, right? And I saw somebody say,
I want to hear the 911 calls. You knew.
Yes.
Can you post your link and Q's link? And everybody, can you guys subscribe to both of them? Q, she covers way more of this case than I do. She breaks it down, and like she said, she streams it. There's so many people in their chat, and so many people are not getting recognized, and she's up all night doing it. I'm shoot all day.
It depends on
all day into the night.
This is true sometimes.
So yeah, you guys subscribe to her, and you knew,
Real quick.
and I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Q,
Huh?
do you do panels as well, right?
I'm sorry, baby. My dog is in this. What? Say it again.
Do you do panels?
Like what we're doing now?
Yes.
Yeah, I do from time to time. It just depends on where I'm at with the flow, but I don't mind. I usually go on more than I have them open because again, my lives are so long. Okay. But yeah, anytime. If that's what you're saying, like if you want to.
Yeah, I've never seen you do a panel.
Only a couple of times.
I was saying I've never seen her do a live, and she said a couple times. Not a live, a panel. She said a couple times. She's usually solo because her lives are so long. But yeah, I will come on your panel in a heartbeat.
Yeah, when you're ever in there, yeah, just holler at me. I usually just don't drop it. Just drop it because everybody will come on up there. But if y'all are in the room, we can definitely do this. For sure.
Okay.
I would be surprised if everybody would come up there because people be scared.
Girl, they be wanting to talk.
Unless you got a lot of yeah, you probably will have a lot of people because y'all bind it tight. I'm gonna play 5 more minutes and I'm out of here, y'all.
Okay.
Verizon and AT&T are the same. No, they're not. They're two separate companies. Okay, go buy some stock. Okay, so if the interesting thing is going to be is if Candus says, let's say hypothetically on that call, I can't find my daughter's missing. My husband told me to call 911. I need you here. Okay? And then Don's call is, my daughter's been abducted. Okay? Hypothetically. If that is a possibility, then immediately you and I both know that radio call is coming out. In California, it's called a 207. It's a kidnapping.
Sounds like it, Cisco.
And immediately, every unit in that vicinity would start shutting down the traffic lanes and/or start surveilling.
But then the fact that they got into it. Remember, Don told the story himself that him and Candus got into it because he said Candus told him to come home. He had left or whatever. He comes home and Jose is over there and they get to fighting. And Candus hurt her knee. I don't know how her mom hurt her knee. But a person under somebody's knee wouldn't be having another man, or thumb, you said, I wouldn't be having another man in the house. But she looked like an abused woman to me, but she looked like a man. But she looked I
And
don't
she's
know,
bold
man.
at times. She's bold at times, and she also has assault on her own records. So I don't know. I think people giving that whole abused woman thing a little too much credit. I just don't
Right.
think I don't
She
think
there because she want to be there, but she is quite a bit younger, right? Ain't she in her 30s?
shit. I think Grandma had more control over it than Don did. But
You
yeah,
talking
she
about
should be in her
Candace?
30s.
Candace is 39.
Right. And Don is 55 or 8 or something?
Right, 55.
I think 56. I think.
Yeah, 56,
56.
sorry.
See, he like them young, but she look a mess. Okay, I ain't gonna talk about it. But y'all,
Thank you,
y'all,
Steve.
It is what it is.
y'all see the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys, I'm going to go back live, and as soon as I can set it up. So give me about a good 30 minutes, and I'm gonna come back live with Orrin and Orson West, Sincere Classic, see what they got going on over there. I love my boys. I know y'all do too, and I just cannot not do this because they are near and dear to my heart. So
Will do.
thank
Okay,
you,
so
ladies, for coming up with me. And if y'all come back and y'all want to come back up, that's good with me.
Okay, we'll do that.
my pleasure. Thank you for
Perfect.
having me.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
Okay,
so
Steve. See you guys in a
Okay.
little bit. All right. All right. Bye.